Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you happen to be in your part of the globe. How are we all tonight? I don't know who's in here so far, but from what I can see, Van's in here, Ink's in here, and Christine's in here, but I don't know who else. So please, if you, yep, I, yes. So, how are we all tonight? Are we all going good? I hope we are. Tonight I'm doing something a little bit different, but also something that I touched on a little while back, which is conspiracies about celebrity deaths. Did they die by natural causes, as we're led to believe, or did they fake their deaths, or were they, in fact, as we have all led to believe, suicides? And this is a disclaimer. This might get a little bit deep and a little bit triggery for some people. I don't know. But this would not be anything to do with did Shanann and all of that, pass away, or were they put into witness protection. There'll be nothing of that on my channel tonight. It will basically be, like I said, a bunch of celebrities that you in chat think didn't really die the way that we were led to believe. Did they fake their deaths and all that sort of stuff? We're going to go into all of that. So whether or not how much and how many people come in, that depends on, excuse me, how long my live goes for. So far I've got 3 people in here talking, or 2 people in particular talking about crayons, and that's great. There's no conspiracy behind crayons, guys. They're just crayons. But as I was saying, that's what tonight is going to be about. So if you do get triggered by talking about certain things that I will be discussing, I will be apologising throughout the night and see how we go. So, am I clear on your end, Van? Am I clear on your end, Ink? Because you're both in here and you're both in different parts of the world. So please let me know if I'm coming across clear, or if I'm sounding like an alien, or if I'm sounding like a robot. I assure you I'm neither a robot or an alien, but I need to know. Hello, Penny Blake. Welcome. I'm hoping you can all hear me clearly. Oh, wicked. So me updating my phone probably helped. I needed to update my phone from about 2 weeks ago, I think. I don't know, but I only got the notification for it earlier yesterday through Van's Live. And so fingers crossed this live can go off without a hitch. Now, there will be a few famous people that I'll be mentioning. Of course, I'll be mentioning Elvis Presley's death. I'll be mentioning, I've just been mentioning a few that I'll be mentioning, which would be, like I said, Elvis Presley, touching on a little bit of Amy Winehouse, Chester Bennington. Those who don't know who Chester Bennington is, he was the lead singer of Linkin Park. Touching on Robin Williams. I'll be thanks, Ink. I'll be touching on a lot more, but Michael Jackson. If you guys in chat have any input, please feel free to let me know if you have one. Hello, Cheryl Stone. How you doing? Let me know if there is a celebrity death that you found just a little bit too bizarre or a little bit strange. Hi, TNT DD. How you doing? So like I said, if you have someone you want to talk about and how you thought their death was like a little bit suspicious or a bit smelly, as some people would say, let me know. I'll drop the link to StreamYard, and you're more than welcome to come up here and voice a death and even if I'm talking about it at the time and you find that your messages are getting lost amongst the chat and you want to really, really discuss it, please, like I said, let me know. Oh, okay. TNT is fine to say. No worries, TNT. I will do. So, Penny Rowe, Michael Jackson's death was a bit odd. Yes, I'm actually just doing like a little bit of introductions and stuff like that with what I'm talking about. before I get into it, because I don't want people that will come in a little bit to miss out on anything. But as I said in the beginning, and as I've put as the pinned post, this will not be anything to do with non-famous people. That, because at the end of the day, that's not what this live is about. So excellent, TNT. I'm glad. So I'm looking forward to doing this, because I brushed on it once with Van, and unfortunately we didn't get into, all the stuff that we wanted to, because someone came up on panel and completely changed the narrative of the live. So I'm going to backpedal and go do that a little bit more. Or if there's things even if it's not a celebrity conspiracy, so to speak, if it's a conspiracy just in general and you want to talk about it. Hello, Sharon. Please feel free to pop up here or pop in chat and spread the word far and wide that this is not Chris Watts related. Please do, because a few people have been a bit concerned that I was going to talk about how there was a theory going around that Shanann didn't pass away. She was in witness protection. No disrespect to the Ruseks or the Watts family. I'm not even going to discuss that tonight or at any stage at all. So please, 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 please understand that, because, yeah, I just don't want to go down that road, so to speak. And if it ever, comes to the forefront that, all this time she was in witness protection, then by all means it might get discussed. But until then, no. But I would like to hello, Matt. I would like to welcome all of you for being in here. And like I said, it might get a little bit dark, it might not, but if you do find that the content is a little bit too forthcoming, so to speak, or you find it is something that you're not really wanting to listen to, please feel free to leave. And please, I'm begging you, as you leave, please don't leave a mean comment saying there were no warnings or anything like that, because there are going to be warnings at the beginning of each celebrity I talk about. And so, providing I remember, because sometimes I forget, but hopefully it all goes to plan. Oh, beautiful, Matt. I chose a good day to go live. Yeah, Matt's here for the whole show, guys. So, woohoo. Okay, I've got 8 people in here. I'll be a total pain here and wait till I get up to about 11, which is a good number. So, I'm dropping numbers. I'm not gaining numbers. I'm dropping. So, I hope that's okay. Like I said, I don't want to upset anyone. And if I do happen to bring up a particular celebrity and I give my theory and it's not necessarily your theory, please feel free to voice it. But please, like I said, do not leave nasty comments in the comments area to indicate your distaste for what I'm trying to do. Because, yes, this is a little bit, it's in a way, when you think about it, it is true crime related, because of the fact that, they faked their deaths, they went into hiding or whatever they did. So, like I said, now that I've dropped 3 people, I'll wait till I get, one more person's come in. Hello, whoever that was that's just come in. I just want to be able to do a variety of things. So here goes. Let's see how we go. Would anyone got anything that is exciting that's happened to them recently that they'd like to talk about before I get into it? Because I've dropped down again to 7. So I've got to wait for 3 more people. 6. So I've got 4 more people to come in here before I can start talking. I don't know why, but when you wrote that, school's out for summer, I just thought of that part out of a movie where it goes, school's out. But yeah, I can't sing. Yeah, I sang the school's out for summer part. But I hope that you all enjoy tonight's live. I really do. You know what? I'm not going to wait for people to come in. I'm just going to dive right into a particular case. Oh, Sharon, you have something exciting. Do tell. Please feel free to share your news if it's something you would like to share. Same for anybody. You're coming to Adelaide to see me. That'd be amazing, Sharon. Please feel free to share your news. Oh. Well, you don't have to. It's entirely up to you. Oh, I'm sure you have a beautiful voice when you sing, Ink. You have a beautiful voice regardless, but I'm sure it's even more beautiful when you sing. And like I said, if there are things that I discuss when it comes to a particular celebrity, please feel free to, like I said, let me know your theories on it. That's the meaning of having these lives, is I get your inputs. And it's great. I'm dropping numbers, guys. Yes, I do agree with that, Penny. We love hearing good news. Too much sadness and evil in the world. Agreed. So, Sharon, if you feel like you want to share, please feel free. And if not, you'll just leave us all in suspense. All four of us in suspense. Um. Oh, beautiful TNT. You're more than welcome if you like to at any stage have your input. That'd be great. And if you wanted to pop up here and discuss some with me, you're more than welcome to. Just let me know and I'll put the link in. Hey, Aussie True Crime, how are you? Hope everything's good. Oh, hang on. Well, I think so. Anyway, my husband is ill, as you know, and only sleeps till 2 a.m. He slept through till 6 a.m. So happy he's been over 2 years. He last slept well. Sharon, that is awesome news. That is beautiful. I'm so, so glad to hear that. That is good. That is excellent news. If he's sleeping and he's sleeping a bit more, then that's good. Oh, oh wow. If I could put flowers in chat and celebratory things, I would. That is wicked. That is absolutely wicked. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. Okay, now, and plus it gives you 4 hours extra rest. So, hello, Mr. Sharon Ashman, if you're listening as well. I'm not sure, but if you are, hello. Hope you're keeping as well as you can under the circumstances, but I'm sending you a massive, massive Tammy hug. And I don't send them to many people. All right, I've reached 10 people in here. I don't know who you all are, but I know the main people that are in here at the moment. So I am going to get started. Who's ready to hear some weird, messed up stuff? Well, hello, Sonia. Welcome. If anyone has got Sugar Beet on their friends list, please feel free to let her know that I've started, just in case she hasn't and she slept through her alarm, because I don't expect people to wake up at all hours of the day and night for me to listen to me ramble on. Hello, Hop and Holly. How you going, sweetheart? All right, I'm going to get started. First one I'm going to talk about, not obviously, but is Elvis Presley. I'm not going to talk about his life. Everyone that knows of Elvis knows his he was a musician. He was born in 1935, died on August 16th, 1977. But the question that remains is, did he? Did he die on August 16th, 1977, or did he go into, as they say, witness protection? Or did he just want out of everything, so to speak? That's right. Elvis, the king of rock and roll. Hang on a second. You can't see who's written what, Van. Sorry. Van just said, I can't see what he's written. I don't know who you're talking about because, yeah, I can't see who's written. Yes, I do know all that. Yes, I do know he went to go see Nixon for a badge. Yes. Elvis wanted to be someone that was going to cut the drug cartel out of the streets and selling streets. He wanted to remain. See, man, everyone wants Emu in here. It's amazing. So, long story short, is the fact that he went to go see Nixon. He said he wanted to remain an agent, but an agent at large because he thought that he could reach more people. Yeah, I can't see that. I can't see Emu at all. um, so I think I didn't block him though. Van or who? Hang on, I got an idea. Hang on a second. Sorry, guys. This is annoying. Okay. This is not something I do normally this early in my life, but if there is anybody who would like to be able to pop up here for me and just talk to chat, keep them general, I have to go figure out if Emu is somehow being blocked. So, yes. Yes, well, he was due to testify at a hearing, and he testified. Then the next day, he what do you call it? Who blocked him? Van, who blocked him? Do you know? Because I didn't block him. I timed him out. That's weird. All right. Well, the link for my StreamYard is in chat. So, Van, not being a pain in the butt, I know your internet's dropping out quite a bit, but can you pop up here for a sec so I can sort that out, please? Wish I knew this before the chat started. I'm already disappearing. I'm sorry, guys, but yeah. I need. It's all right. He doesn't. I'll work it out, and we'll keep talking. It comes down to, like I said, he was due to testify at a trial for these drug mules, and then I heard that he did that on the August the 14th or August the 15th. I don't exactly remember. I'm sorry. But what happened is that then on the August 16th, he passed away. Now, some people want to say that, oh, it was because of all the prescription drug uses that he was using. Yep, I read them, Van. It's all good. Thanks, Dale. I think I have to just figure out how to do that. I'll do this as I'm typing, as I'm talking. I'll type away and figure out what's going on. It comes down to that. I think that he went into what they say witness protection and stuff to protect him. But because they're and people are like, oh, but he would be out of it by now. But I think once you enter witness protection, you're there for life. I don't know that for sure though. But it's very, very odd how he went to the dentist beforehand. It even said on his medical charts that he was allergic to codeine, but yet codeine was found at his autopsy, which is very, very strange. And also is the fact that Elvis took a lot of pride in his hair. And when he passed away, when they did the autopsy, they were saying that he had regrowth of like 2 inches or something of grey hair. Now, if Elvis was going to go on tour that day on August 16th, 1977, excuse me, he went to the dentist and got all his teeth cleaned and everything like that. But why didn't he go get his hair done? You know what I mean? So you got to look at things like that don't really add up. And also, if he was going to kill himself, I don't think he would have done that when Lisa Marie was there. So it's very, 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 very strange. Just give me one sec. Oopsies, give me one sec, guys. But yeah, it doesn't seem to add up. And the thing as well is the fact that he had, how can I put it? He had arranged for, like, his mother, from what I've read, passed away on August 14th. Not sure of the year. I'm too scared to even look it up because I'll kick myself out of the live stream. When his mum died, he arranged for flowers to be delivered and all that sort of stuff. And that, in a way, when you think about it, that makes sense. But at the same time, it's like, you arrange for that, that's fine. I'm going to just move on from it. Yes, he loved his mum very, very, very much. From what I've researched when it comes to Elvis, is that he was supposedly on the the toilet, and then he fell forward off the, as they call it, the commode, the toilet. He actually fell forward. Hey, Emu. Ha, got it sorted. Cheers. And so what happened is the fact that, yeah, he fell forward off the toilet from a supposed heart attack. Now, Elvis had an enlarged heart, apparently. Yes, but the thing is, though, yes, he passed away in 77, but did he pass away on August 16th, 1977? They say that there are people out there that are him. They said that they saw him, flipping burgers. They saw him in Kalamazoo. They said that they saw him in a restaurant. They said they saw him in a field. They said they saw him doing all sorts of things. Yes, I sorted it out, Aussie True Crime. I didn't even know that happened. I do apologise for that, Emu. I really do apologise for that. So sorry, I don't know what happened there. Exactly. Now, could they say that his middle name for a lot of his things, like his army records, his marriage license, and his death certificate, Aaron was spelled Aron, but yet on his grave it's spelled Aaron. Now, what I don't get, though, is that if Vernon, which was Elvis's dad, was so hell-bent on spelling his name at birth, Aaron, Aron, why did he let it slide when his son had passed away? Because in my opinion, I don't think a spirit can rest properly if there is a spelling error at all on their grave. No, I don't think he was seen flipping burgers. I just think people are saying that. That's what I'm saying. People claim that they have seen him do this and seen him do that. They even say that he is that priest guy who goes around on YouTube, Bob Joyce. They say he's him. Now, he's come forward and said that he's not, but there are a lot of things that he does and the way he acts and the mannerisms and his facials and the way he plays the guitar. But keep in mind, Elvis could only ever play 2 strings on a guitar. From what he's even admitted in one of his last concerts, he could only play 2 chords on the guitar, and he faked them all for a very long time. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. But if Elvis is still alive, and at any time in the world, any time in the future, and he happens to hear this commentary of me, you've done a great job in hiding. But please, Elvis, put a gag order on that ex-wife of yours. Please. I am sorry, but every chance that Priscilla gets, she has to say something not necessarily nice about him. So I actually find that quite horrible. Okay, there was a picture of a guy very close looking, not the gardener, but another one. But I believe it had to be photoshopped though. Well, that's just it. Because when people go, okay, Elvis appeared in Home Alone. No, I don't think so. But exactly, Matt. If Elvis happens to come in here, no, I'm sorry, no. I don't like Priscilla. I don't even, she's not even a blimp on my heart rate machine. She's a horrible, horrible, horrible person. They say that the groundskeeper at Graceland is Elvis. But I don't know. Who knows? Oh, there's a person going around a little while ago, and his name was Civil, which is Elvis's name spelt backwards. Now, the question you got to ask is, sorry, guys, I just forgot to do something, and I was meant to, and I completely forgot to. I didn't want to be late for my live, so I kind of, left the lid off what I was cooking, even though I served up something that turned out not bad, but not the best. What was I going to say? Yeah, so they say that the gardener's him. They say that Bob Joyce is him and all this sort of stuff, but no, I can't. The guy that died near the bridge and died at 80 or whatever, and they said he looked like Elvis, but older. It was, yes, I remember that. And didn't they say that the DNA matched Elvis? Yes, thank you. Because I'm sorry, TNT, I do agree that she was nothing but money hungry. Probably not from when she first met him, but because she was only 14. But as time goes on, I do believe that the fact that when the terms of the divorce was the fact that, what was it? Yeah, Priscilla was not allowed to use the Presley name to gain momentum, wealth, or recognition. Right. So she went, after they divorced, she went back to being known as Priscilla Beaulieu. But when Elvis supposedly died, she went back to being known as Priscilla Presley. And I think that is absolutely, I'm sorry if you guys think I'm horrible for saying this. I think she's a horrible, horrible woman. I just don't like her at all. But yeah, because he was 42. Sharon, Elvis Presley died at the age of 40, or supposedly died at the age of 42. So whether he died then, we don't know. So, because the thing I find very, very interesting, and it might make me also sound a bit like a bit of a, but if he is, if he is in fact at the grounds of Graceland, and he did pass away on August 16th, 1977, at the age of 42, let's put into perspective a few things. If he did pass away then, and his, as we know, his body's lying in the ground of Graceland, and we all know Graceland is very well guarded. Okay, it has security non-stop. The thing I don't get is, if it is so well protected, why did they feel the need, when they put him in the ground there, why did they feel the need to put a 10-inch thick cement slab over his coffin? And because if it's so well protected, no one would be able to get near the near his grave in order to try and dig it up. You didn't know that he was 42? Yeah, Elvis was 42 when he apparently died. So very, very strange. They put, well, it might not have been 10 inches thick, so that might be stretching it a bit, but they put a very, very big piece of cement over, a cement slab over his grave. Now, like I said before, if there's so many security guards and his grave is so well protected, then why would there be a need? Me too, Aussie True Crime. Why would there be a need for that? As TNT said, I think it was TNT, sorry. Why was there misspelling of his name on his grave? Why was there no, because he fought in the war. We all know that. He fought in the American War. Why was there no American flag anywhere near his grave at the time of at his funeral? I don't know if that means, do they only get them if they're not being disrespectful to anyone that's passed or had anyone pass away in the war? But is that do they only have the flag draped over the coffin when they pass away in what do you call it, in battle? I'm not sure. Oh, Sonia, how can you only live a few hours from Graceland and never visit? Oh my God. If I lived there, I'd be there nearly every bloody day. Tammy, have you eaten today? No. Why not? Because I went to Graceland. A few weeks later, Tammy, have you eaten? No. Why not? Because I went to Graceland. Very strange. I'm a very strange person. But like I said, it comes down to, did he die in 77? Or did he go into witness protection? Or did he die by his own hand? If you know what I mean. Like, did he commit suicide? So that's one to ponder. Are we cool if, okay, I'm going to be so horrible saying this. Are we able to move on from Elvis, or do you guys want to continue talking about Elvis? I visited Graceland in 91, and the upstairs to the mansion was off limits because supposedly his aunt still lived there. Since Graceland opened to the public, it's always been closed off. So, okay, my next theory is, well, actually, that was one. I like that. Yes, move on. Move on. Okay, I'm going to put it to chat. What is one celebrity death? And like I said, hang on, I'll do it again, which I shouldn't do, but I'll do it anyway. If there's anyone in chat who would like to come up here with me and discuss a celebrity death that they've always found a bit smelly or a little bit strange, please click the link and feel free to join me on panel. But please do me a favor. Please try and keep this live on what I'm trying to talk about if you're going to come up here. There's no pressure. There's no you can't come up yet or anything. It's just that I really want to try and stay on what the topic is going to be. Yes. See, if I knew anyone that was going to Graceland, like I knew them, I would actually say, okay, have you got PayPal? I am going to tell you, you need to take a few pictures for me, and I'll send you mullah in order to do so. But we're not talking about Graceland anymore. We're not talking about Elvis. Well, we will on another live, but not in this one, is what I'm saying. And so, is there anyone that would like to join me up here? Okay. Oh, that'd be awesome, TNT, because like I said, I'll do this live. But like I said, I'm not going to discuss every single thing I said I was going to discuss. I'm just going to do a few tonight, and then that way I can stretch it out a bit, because then that way it's not all a lot for people to, what do you call it? You can come up in 15 minutes, can you, Matt? Awesome. Natalie Wood, I've heard that name. Oh, man. Oh, okay. You both can come up. That's the beauty of me having StreamYard, is that I can have a few people up here at once. Oh, thank you, Sonia. That's very sweet of you, honey. Thank you. Yes, but would your mum be prepared for letting you? I would. Yes, I will. Oh, yes. Robert, yes, I remember. Wasn't her death seen as like suspicious because she supposedly drowned? But I don't believe she drowned. Drowned. I do believe that she was murdered, as in Natalie Wood. Sorry, guys. Okay. Okay. Thanks, Matt. I just wanted to make sure I was thinking of the right person, because I was like, I know who they're talking about, but I don't want to voice a person and then it's totally the wrong person. So, I look like a bit of a twat. Yes, like Bob Crane from Hogan's Heroes, his death was very strange. They never found out who killed him, and they never figured out what was the murder weapon. They thought it might have been the stand that a camera can sit on, or it might have been something else. But yeah, they never found the murder weapon, and they never found who killed him. So that was pretty. That was also pretty sus. Hang on. Who's sorry? Who's this? Who's this? Hang on. Sorry, I gotta. Brittany Murphy's. Yes, their death was very. Both Brittany Murphy and her husband's. They will talk about that for a bit. Their deaths were very sus. They said that their house was riddled with mold, but yeah, Brittany Murphy's mother was staying there, I think, at the same time, and she didn't get sick and she didn't die. So yes, I loved Brittany Murphy. She was so tiny and so cute. I liked her in Clueless and 8 Mile. I had to think about that. Sorry, guys. Um, Cheryl, hasn't the captain come forward? I don't think so. In the Natalie Wood case, I don't think anyone's ever come forward in that case. Oh, um, yeah. So if you're cool with it, yeah, I don't think so because wasn't she a strong swimmer? It's like she probably fell overboard after being knocked unconscious, and yeah, that's what I think anyway. A lot of celebrity deaths that are very, very sus and very, very weird. Oh, okay. No, but that's what I'm saying. She was probably knocked unconscious and then she fell overboard that way. She wouldn't have willingly gone in the water, TNT. That's what I'm saying. Oh. Yeah, I think she had a fear of water from a very young age when she almost did drown. Or she lost someone in her family that drowned. I can't remember. I'm sorry if that's wrong. But yeah, there's like back to Brittany Murphy for a moment. Like her death actually shocked me. Excuse me a sec, guys. But yeah, so yeah, done. I'm going to be joined by my right hand gal very soon, ladies and gentlemen, providing the link works. And if it doesn't, I'm in all sorts of trouble. But yeah, like when it comes to Brittany Murphy, like I said, she was the one celebrity death that I was actually like, was Gary Coleman with what happened there. Oh, Brittany Murphy was an American actress who appeared in movies like Clueless, 8 Mile, Girl Interrupted. I loved her in that. I can't think for the life of me what else she's been in. Sorry, guys, but can we all? Yeah, there you go, TNT, and a '90s actress. But apart from the three movies I mentioned, I'm not. I'm not sure who the dad. I'm not sure if the dad blames the mum. I'm not sure, but I know that when you're not well, you know, the worst thing to be is in a house. Welcome to my panel, ladies and gentlemen. I think it might be Van or it might be Emu. I'm not sure. Oh, it's Van.
Woohoo!
How you doing, Duff?
Hey, I'm pretty good. Hey, I'm going to turn you up.
Oh, that's
Oh,
okay. At least you don't have to turn me off.
no. Can you hear me?
Yes. Hey, Muffy.
Hey, everyone in
Wow.
chat. If I missed anyone, I apologize. I had to put the kids to bed before, so I was in and out. But yeah, and then internet kept dropping out. Oh, man.
Oh,
Anyway.
everyone's saying hello to you, by the way.
Ooh. Hi.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Murphy. Hi, Sharon. Hi, TNT. Hi, Matt.
Aussie.
Aussie.
Yep. Aussie true crime lover.
Aussie. Yeah, no, the Brittany Murphy one. I don't know if I can bring up a screen and I don't know if I can actually show, because I think Sharon said who was Brittany Murphy, right? Let's see if I can find it. And I can see if I can share the screen and show people. For those
Yeah, I don't know how to do it. I've forgotten.
You'll just have to add. Let's see if it works. We've never done this before.
Hey, Spirit Time.
Let's try and find a nice photo of her.
There's all nice pictures of her.
Yeah, but it's trying to find one, you know.
Oh, yeah, try to find the one.
Right, so if I do share screen. Now you just
bear with us, guys. We haven't done this by my
hang on. Before. This is so Emu, be good. So you've just got to add the second van to.
Oh, yep. Thank you. This is Brittany Murphy, ladies and gentlemen.
She was out of a whole bunch of
She
movies.
was absolutely.
And she was really, really funny. She was out of Clueless?
Yeah, she's out of Clueless, Girl Interrupted, 8 Mile. I can't think of any others.
Oh, there was a whole bunch. Yeah, I think she did act there for a while. Dated Ashton Kutcher.
Yes.
Pretty sure. Yep.
They did a movie called, I think it's called Just Married. And yeah, she guest starred. She appeared in that with him and they only dated for a little while. Yeah, she definitely was on her way up. I agree.
Yeah, she was. But how weird is it that she died from what she died of, and then not long after, her husband died of pretty well the exact same thing?
Yeah, well, that's it. It's very, 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 very strange. Exactly.
So weird.
And the thing I'm always curious about is that what did they do with the house afterwards, after they both passed away? Like, did they bulldoze it because of how much mold was actually supposedly in that house?
No, I think her mum was living with her and her husband, and it went to the mum.
Oh, here we go. Okay, TNT just wrote, if you're talking about these people still being alive, her last interview is sus, what she says from memory. All right, I'll have to have a look into that when I finish this live tonight. I'll have a look into it.
Yeah, there was something that she mentioned, and it was basically like, I don't have any plans of dying or something from memory. I can't remember, but it was a bit sus. She was going to talk about something, or she was going to... I can't remember exactly, so don't quote me.
Yeah, her husband, Sonia, her husband seemed like a sleazy guy from the one interview I saw. Yeah, he seemed like he was an opportunist, but yeah.
Apparently, she... Oh, yeah, I don't know. I can't remember. I watched a few things on her, and it was just sus, the whole thing. Even how she got together with the husband.
Yeah, TNT just wrote, she was very sick. She was very sick, and they never took her to the hospital. If they had taken her to the hospital, I reckon she'd still be here today.
Exactly.
Again, in my opinion.
In my opinion. In everyone's opinion.
I keep forgetting to add that.
I know, me too. Oh, dear Lord. Bean, put that down now.
Oh, okay. I've got to figure out how to do that. Just give me one sec. There we go. Yay! I'm getting the hang of this really well. It's good.
Oh, you've done so well.
Thank you. Yeah, exactly. Like, why wouldn't you take her to the hospital? You know, like, I remember many years ago, well, not many, but a few years back now, I had pneumonia and I went to the hospital, and friends that they weren't friends at the time, they took me and they said that I had pneumonia, but they sent me home. Now, the thing is, I got worse, and I actually ended up going up to my local hospital, and they said that you got here in good time after they did like the CT or whatever it was on my chest. My pneumonia was edging close to my heart. So I was very, very, very lucky that I listened to my gut instinct that day and said, get to the hospital, Tammy. So, and then 3 weeks later I healed, and then I tore my meniscus in my knee.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's like win-win. Not. But no, okay, we'll move on from Brittany Murphy if that's okay.
Yeah, who's next?
What celebrity do you think has died under suspicious circumstances or is still alive? Or the press led us to believe it was suicide?
I mean, the major one to me was Elvis, but I wasn't around that time, so I can't really say. But
Yeah, neither was I. I was still tickling my dad's nutsack.
We've already gone through that one. So,
yep.
There's so many. And why is it every time I can think of them when I'm not live and on panel, but I get on panel and I cannot think at all.
Yes, we're hiding all the crayons tonight. We're replacing it with chalk.
Yes.
I need to get all you crayon drawers to start using solids. Where crayons, as we know, is the soft thing. So, yeah. Okay, if you can't think of one, what about, okay, we'll talk about Michael Jackson's death, guys.
Yep.
Who thinks in chat, put a 1 if you think it was murder or 2 if you think he's still alive?
Oh. I think.
Oh, yes, I will be touching on that.
I think it was, I don't know. I think it was murder. I particularly think it was murder in the long term things. I don't even know what to say, but.
All right, there's people, there's Spirit Time has said 1, Muffy said 1.
What was 1 again?
Okay. 1 was murder.
Yeah, I reckon 1.
And 2 was he faked his, hang on, what was 2? Shit, he faked his death. Or 3, because Sonia gave me a good idea, for undecided.
Yeah, Sonia.
Yeah, okay.
Broke into the television to announce it. Oh, yeah, my mum loved him too.
I was still a tickle in my dad's nutsack when he died. So, you know.
Oh, my God. Really?
Okay, Spirit Time, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, 12 wasn't an option and neither was 13, so we'll go there.
Neither was that number. I don't even know what that number is.
Neither do I. Okay, so I'll talk about my theory, and then if you guys and you yourself, fan, want to participate, feel free. I believe that he, whether it was like just botched and a fan-based thing, when his ambulance arrived at the hospital, you see Michael Jackson getting out of the back of the ambulance. So I don't know.
Are we talking about Elvis? Is she talking about Elvis?
No. We're talking about Michael Jackson.
All right, cool. I thought we were. I wasn't sure.
It's all good.
He's in the mirror.
If like Michael Jackson at times, like when he did, I can't remember what era it was. See, I'm not a big Michael Jackson fan, but when he had the long hair and he'd wear it in a ponytail and he'd have that little bit of hair, like fringe hanging down, I thought he looked hot.
Fair enough. Each their own. Each their own.
But yeah, if I looked in the mirror and saw Michael Jackson looking back at, hey.
I thought he was bloody brilliant musically.
Oh, definitely.
Like very smart.
Muffy wrote, Spirit is a bit undecided. No worries. That's fine. I should always put that in chat when I say, you guys say something, 1 for this, 2 for that, and 3 undecided. So yeah. No, it's all good. Oh, well, thank you for being in his Spirit Time, even though you're tired. Thank you.
Exactly.
Thank you, Cheryl.
In the closet music. Yeah.
His music was incredible. He very, very talented. And I've got fortunately enough, I've actually got the This Is It concert that he was putting together before he passed away or faked his death, and I actually I saw it when it was at the movies, and I found it absolutely incredible. And at that time, they weren't going to release it that way. It was only going to be like a theatrical movie, but then they brought it out on DVD, so I bought it on DVD. And then I saw it in my local cashies for like $4 on Blu-ray. I'm like, yoink, thank you.
Can I ask a question with the whole Michael Jackson thing? Okay, you know the doctor that subscribed and gave all his stuff to him and was on call for him regularly.
Yes. Dr. Nick,
didn't he give a lot of his medications to him?
Yes, he did. He administered a lot of them.
So how do you overdose, or even like if the doctor is in charge of necessarily your...
Because apparently, I know what you're saying. Because apparently Michael was saying he's in a lot of pain, so he asked for a bit more than he was used that he would usually get.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah.
Didn't the doctor end up actually getting not stood down, but his license taken off him and charged and all that sort of stuff? I'm pretty sure
I think so. Yeah.
In my opinion, oh my god, I'm pretty sure there was a court case. You don't think the doctor did it?
No, I think the doctor did. But then there's someone who just wrote, here we go, TNT. Maybe he was, excuse me, maybe he was killed for the Beatles catalogue. Well, that's true.
That was a suspicion. Yeah, I've heard that.
Because he owned the rights to the Beatles catalogue as well as Elvis Presley's.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm keeping an eye on chat. You don't think the doctor killed him? That's the cool thing.
I like seeing everyone's opinions. It's really cool.
Yeah, so do I. I don't want everyone to think that because my opinion and because I'm up here, your opinions don't matter because they do.
Mine changes all the time until I see a different documentary or I study it more, and then I'm like, oh. So don't ever go with my opinions.
Spirit time. Any Simpsons fan knows Dr. Nick is dodgy. Hey, brother.
Think still with the crayons.
Upgrade to chalk love.
Yeah, I don't think there is chalk.
I don't know if there is.
No,
I have to have a look into that. No?
No, Amy's still trying to find an emu emoji. Whatever the heck they're called.
Oh, yes, John Lennon. Ha-ha. I reckon Yoko had a lot to do with his death. Yeah, exactly.
What was behind John Lennon?
Well, they're saying that, I want to say John Mark Carr, but that's wrong. The guy, he signed Elvis's. He signed something and then he shot him. And the thing that I found very interesting though is the fact that he never used to park down the side of the Dakota building, but this one particular night he did. And it's interesting how shots were fired. No, as soon as Yoko found somewhere safe to hide, bullets rung out.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Heath Ledger, I reckon he was killed to be silenced.
Why would he want to be silenced? What was the story behind that?
Because the fact that what was the theory I heard? That he was actually on the brink of breaking news about who were some of the pedophiles in America. And then he I think that's what I heard. I don't recall that for exact fact, but yeah. Yes. He The Catcher of the Rye was the book that the John Lennon's killer read, yes. It's all right, Ian.
Yes.
It's all right. Relaxing. It's all good, though. But no, I just find a lot of things, like a lot of celebrities out there, you know, how Paul Walker.
Yeah.
He's another one. I reckon he just wanted to get out of doing all his things that he was doing, but
Well, he did state multiple times that he just wanted the easy life, and he just wanted to have his wife. Well, he had a girlfriend or a fiance, and he's wanted to live with his daughter and just have the simple life, and not. But then
Exactly.
why not make all the movies again? So I don't really know what to think, because he kept making movies, so it didn't make sense. But I cried when he died.
I actually had a massive falling out with a friend of mine because she's a massive Paul Walker fan.
Yeah.
And here we go. TNT wrote something about Paul Walker. Paul Walker was helping Haiti with vaccines. Apparently, he found they were sterilizing them. Maybe.
That's right. I knew there was something behind it. That's why I questioned it, because for the life of me, I couldn't remember. I used to be so into all this. I loved it. But then it got me just on the bandwagon of not knowing what the hell was real anymore. So.
Sorry, I'm just eating a bit of my dinner while it's still sort of hot.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
I had KFC, and now I feel yuck.
KFC does that to me.
Red ones too. No, it ain't. I'm just reading chat. No, it ain't, because I don't know what the heck you're all talking about. Oh, sorry. We're talking about actors.
Yeah, we're talking about celebrities that have passed away under suspicious under suspicious circumstances, or do we believe that they actually just wanted to get out of the limelight and they wanted a quiet life, or were, because when you think about it, there are so many celebrities that have recently, up until say within the last 15 years, that have died, and we as consumers of the press and all the rest of it, we're led to believe that they committed suicide. Disclaimer, warning. We're led to believe that. But then you look at things that surround their lives. Like I've always said to people when they go, "Oh, but Tammy, you seem so happy." I'm like, look how Robin Williams faked his depression and he faked his happiness every time he was in front of a camera and stuff. So it's pretty sad.
You need to repost stream.
I've been doing that right now. That's why I said, hang on a sec.
One of my
and the thing is, though, with the Paul Walker scenario, is the fact that if you look at the footage when you say the last photo of Paul Walker taken alive, and he's leaning down towards the doorway or the window, of the car that he supposedly died in. But then when you see the wreck, the number plate is completely different. And people that were first on the scene, as in everyday people that were first on the scene of the accident, they said that Paul Walker got out of the car and walked away. Whether that's true, I don't know. I posted the link for you, Matt. So Robin Williams' wife is sus, exactly. She does interviews, and yes, she cries, but you've got to remember there are people out there that are pathologically fucked in the head, excuse my language, and they can actually just cry what they call crocodile tears. So I thought, here's Matt. Hello, Matt.
Hey, girls.
Hey.
Look, I think
Van's muted herself for a moment, so you got me.
That's okay. Look, normally my Wi-Fi is terrible, so maybe I'll just do it without a camera today. Is that all right?
I can hear you fine, but if you want to do it without the camera, that's fine too.
Well, it's normally because my camera is always terrible. Hang on.
You're fine.
Yeah, my Wi-Fi is always really slow, so I'll go off camera if you want. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, that's okay. No, Van's disappeared, but Matt, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just smiling. Yeah, here.
Oh, okay, because
I'm here. I'm just adjusting my camera. Sorry.
That's
I'll
all
go
right.
off camera. Yeah, my
Okay.
Wi-Fi is always very slow.
That's all right, though.
Okay, hang on. Boom. Okay, there we go.
Now
Now
you're
I
a
look more beautiful. Now I look more beautiful without a camera. Now I can read the
Oh,
chat.
you're a handsome duffer. Don't be like that. I've got no eye candy to look at now. So
Yeah, but it's just okay. So what was the question? I was last thing you were talking about Heath Ledger, then you were talking about Paul Walker, and then I think there was all these hormones in the audience. So what?
Okay, we'll go
Because
back to talking about Paul Walker, and then we'll touch on the other two in a minute. It
ooh.
was hi, Miss Jones. Yes, Matt is eye candy, but he doesn't want to be on camera today. So
It's because my wife. It's just my internet's always slow. That's the thing with living in Asia. We have unlimited download, yet the quality is just not the same.
oh,
So today I'm going to be a white circle.
that's right, doll. Muffy will be upset though because she can't, look at your handsome face. But sorry, Muffy.
I mean, I can come back on. It's just I think anyway, please continue. What was the questions? Now you're talking about Paul Walker. So why do you think, how come you think Paul Walker is not dead? What's your reasoning?
Because for starters, the car that he was supposedly killed in, the number plates were different. It was a different back end of the car was different from what because when you see this, there's this photo that's on YouTube, and it says the last photo of Paul Walker. There you go, Muffy. The last photo of Paul taken alive. You look at it, and the back, like I said, the back of the car looks different. The number plate is different. Witnesses said that Paul Walker was able to get out of the car, and he walked away. Now, I don't know if any of that is true or not. It's just, as they say, the press has a way of doing. Muffy, he's back on camera, sweetie. Don't worry. And Van, that's cool, darling.
I like to be on camera. It's weird because in the past I was always shy, but because I teach online, just now I'm used to seeing myself on camera. So when I see a black screen, I always feel a bit shy when I'm in a black screen. So you're telling me that Paul Walker's car didn't catch on fire? Is that what you're saying?
Oh no. One of the a car that's very similar to the one that he was supposedly in, did in fact hit a wall, hit a tree, or whatever it was, and it did go up in flames. But Paul Walker was not trapped in that car. I don't think, anyway.
Ooh. Okay.
Muppy, why are you sad, sweetheart? If you don't, Matt's on screen. Relax, doll.
But see, I get confused. See, how many cars were involved in the accident?
Well, they say there was only the one, but I just find it odd that the number plates don't match up, and that's
wow.
Very, very strange.
Keep going. You're the smart one here, not me.
I'm just reading chat. I get distracted by chat. Didn't catch on fire, Matt.
Oh, okay. It didn't catch on fire. Sorry, my bad.
Oh, it's all right. It's all good. But no, I just find his death a little bit sniffy. So, is Muffy still in here? Because she's freaking me out by saying she's so sad. But it's all right. She'll come back and she'll see you on here and on there. Oh, there you go. Matt, I see you. See, Matt, this is why people, if you had your own channel, you already have 1,000 subscribers within the first few minutes, and I can guarantee you they'll all be women. Oh, and maybe Dave, but mostly women.
That's okay. I don't have my own channel, nor do I ever want to. I really don't like I don't even use Facebook because I don't feel comfortable on it. However, when I actually enjoy talking to you on screen. So as I said, you're the smart one here. So you're telling me that Paul Walker wanted out of the industry?
Yeah, I think he wanted out of the industry because his daughter was at that age when she needed her dad. So he stepped out, and because there was so much emotion and uproar surrounding his apparent death, that's why I think that he couldn't make a comeback.
I understand. So are you alleging that he might have faked his own death? Now that's a big thing to do. Okay. And what car was he driving? Was it a Porsche? I don't
It was a
remember.
red Porsche. Yep, it was a red Porsche.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, my Wi-Fi. You can see my picture keeps pausing. Sorry,
That's all right. You have different headphones on. You're not wearing your green
thank you.
ones.
My green ones, they're dead, so I'm using black ones today. And once this lockdown is over, I'm gonna get a haircut. The first fucking thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a haircut like the first day, and then I'm going to buy some good headphones. I'm just reading the chat. I can see Sonia is saying, "Is it illegal to fake your own death?" That's a good question. Yeah, I imagine it is.
Well, because this is quickly back to Elvis for only a second though. They said that he had 3 life insurance life insurance thingamajiggies. 1 that was claimed, so there was no fraud involved. 1 that has yet to be claimed, and 1 that just disappeared.
How much were they worth?
$1 million or $1.5 million each.
But wouldn't he have more in the bank than that?
Yeah, he would, but for life insurance. So if anything happened to him, obviously then Lisa Marie would get it. But if she was to claim the remaining life insurance that was still valid and Elvis was still alive, she could be charged with insurance fraud.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
So that's why it's a bit sus. Why wouldn't you? She's in so much supposed debt. Why wouldn't you claim that 3rd insurance claim and get yourself a little bit out of debt? So
I just figured they had more in the bank already in the first place. That's just my understanding, I
don't exactly remember how much Elvis had in his accounts, so to speak, at the time of his death, but I think it was about close to 10 million, I think.
Wow.
So when you think about how much people get made for a movie these days, that's like nothing.
Yeah, that's good. So now, so we've talked a little about Paul Walker. Who's next? Who's the next on your list?
I'm going to talk about now Robin Williams, the comedian.
Now, his death was a surprise to me because just before he died, he just started that new TV show, and I can't remember, the name's escaping me.
Mike and Mindy.
Mork and Mindy. Mork and Mindy was from 1979 to 1983. He just started like a new sitcom, and because it was show because as you know, I live in Asia, and we get TV programs from time to time, and on HBO Asia we just had a new TV program, and I can't remember what it was called, but it was like an advertising comedy, and they just filmed the first season, and to me he looked like he was back on top of the world, and the next thing you know, they found him and he was dead, and I was really shocked. I was because he seemed like he was. I was upset too, and he seemed like he was back on top of the world.
Hey, Bethy K. Sorry, I just had to quickly say hi to Bethy because I didn't want her to think I ignored her coming in. When he passed away, I was actually in shock but then they were saying that he had I think his wife had said it. That's right. His wife had said that he had early stages of dementia and all of that sort of stuff, and that's really sad.
I'm just Googling the name. of the show. Robin Williams, last TV show. Let's see. The Crazy Ones. And it was with Sarah Michelle Gellar, the girl from Buffy.
She's one of my celebrity crushes.
She's lovely. And so The Crazy Ones was the name of the show. And I'll just put that in the chat. The Crazy Ones. And And yeah, and as I said, he was on top of the world,
Yeah,
I guess, but nothing is as it seems.
exactly. Like he's and the fact that the way that he the way that he was found is very bizarre, because it's similar to how one of the characters in Dead Poets Society killed themselves in that movie.
I
And
love
it was,
that movie. Yeah.
my captain, my captain.
Yeah, we studied that at school. We had to study that every day. Yeah, what a TV, what a movie. Yes.
I actually haven't seen it from start to finish, unfortunately, because my internet drops out when I can manage to watch it. I've lost my spikes. No, but I find it very, very bizarre. Sorry, I'm trying to find something and I can't find it, what I'm looking for. But no, Robin Williams was the kind of guy who could get me out of a what do you call it? What's the word? Out of a down mode.
Out of a lull. A lull. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I didn't know it was that, but okay. But
Well,
no,
no,
I just find it.
Mhm.
Go on, I'm listening.
No. You're speaking.
But I interrupted you, so go for it.
I was just saying, because you said like a down period, and I just said a lull, because a lull is like. Bloop, bloop. So I was just helping you with English, but as I said, Tammy, you're the one you're the one with the inside information.
Well, no, I've got no inside information. These are all my theories. But I just find a lot of things that don't add up with his death. So, you know, how his wife comes forward and says, oh, like I said before, how he had early stages of Alzheimer's and all that. He was really depressed and stuff like that. And Robin Williams, for a very, very long time throughout his career, he could make people laugh and he could make people feel great to be alive. Whereas he, in the end of the day, he was struggling himself. And it's just really sad that nobody reached out to him when he needed the most help.
Yeah, but I understand what you're saying, but I think even when he reached out, maybe people spoke up, or maybe people just thought, nah, he's fine. He's fine. And who knows, maybe when people tried to help him, even he said, oh, don't worry about it. I mean, I'm only speculating, because, I mean, when you see somebody who's successful, it's easy to say, oh, don't worry, they're doing fine.
Yeah,
Sometimes
exactly.
with success, yeah, that's what I find. Like with success, people never see the real you. And unfortunately, I think he really did kill himself. And it's really fucking sad. And I'm just looking at the chat, and like someone like TNT DD saying like, yeah, Robin visited the troops in the war. I think Robin helped everybody, but he didn't help himself. And that's what's really sad. Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying what I feel.
No, it's fine. You're entitled to your opinion. And I've always said, if anyone has an opinion, they are. I think he was misdiagnosed. Chat said it before. It was early Parkinson's. That's right, not dementia. Sorry, yeah, it was Parkinson's. And I think that because he wanted to be able to give still so much to the world for his humor, for his presence, basically, he was scared that people would look at him differently. And I think it's very, like, look at Michael J. Fox. He's got Parkinson's, and yet he's still going strong. But people now look at him differently.
Yeah.
Than they did, say, from Back to the Future days, Family Ties, or whatever that TV show he was in now, and they see him as like what some people think that he's faked his illness because he's not shaking in an interview. Just because he's not shaking, that not all people with Parkinson's. That makes me so angry when I hear people saying that. I'm like, really?
There's no way he's faking his illness. There's no way. You don't fake Parkinson's. There's no reason to. That's really sad. Yeah. But yeah, just getting back to Robin Williams. Yeah, getting back to Robin Williams for a second. I really feel that even if Robin Williams reached out for help, people would have said, nah, he's fine. And I even think the doctors would have even said, no, he's fine. And you know what? He wasn't fine. But he was funny up until the minute he died, I guess. I mean, we weren't there, but I guess right up until the minute he died, he was still making people laugh. So I mean, he's passed away. But he made millions of people happy.
Yeah.
You know,
Down in a funk is what I tried to think of before. In a funk.
Down in a funk. Okay, in a funk. Yeah.
And so like I remember when I watched what was one of the very first movies I saw of Robin Williams that I actually saw him as a really amazing actor. Like he's an amazing actor anyway, but the one that stood out for me more than anything and actually hit home for me was when he did Good Will Hunting.
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
Yeah, and when he did that one scene where he's telling people that he who was he telling? I can't remember. Matt Damon's character, and he was trying to convince him that his abuse as a child, disclaimer, warning alert, whatever I need to do, he blamed himself for so long as to why he doesn't get close to people is because of his abuse as a child. And it took Robin Williams' character to step forward and go, hey man, like it wasn't your fault. And I watched that scene, and the funny thing is though, even though it's a movie, for watching that and looking back on my life and what I've been through and everything like that, I actually took that on board and realised, well, hang on a second, my dad being a prick wasn't my fault. My ex being the prick that he turned out to be wasn't my fault. So even though it's a movie, it actually helped me realise that the abuse I've endured throughout my life wasn't my fault. And so, you know, oh, hey, Christine. So for me, it was a massive, massive wake-up call to actually watch that movie and realise I'm actually avoiding getting close to people because of my past, you know, people coming in and out of my life like it's a game. And then, watching that one scene. And I was watching it with a friend and I just started bawling my eyes out. And she's like, you're right there? I'm like, no. She goes, what's wrong? I said, I realise now whatever I've gone through isn't my fault. And she goes, so you picked up on that from this? I'm like, yep. Yeah. I didn't pick up that he's a smart guy or anything, but Robin Williams could take a character and make it something spectacular. You know what I mean? And he had the most, he was amazing. I wish to God that I got to meet him.
Now, I remember I had like on DVD, I had it was Robin Williams Live in New York. And this was like, I think it was like 2000 or 2002 or 2005. And at that time, I was watching the DVD with a friend of mine, and she was a doctor. And after like 10 minutes, she looked at me and she said, you know, Robin Williams is manic. And I said, what do you mean? She goes, well, he's manic depressive. And I didn't really understand at the time what she meant. But what she was saying is that he's 1 minute he's up. I mean, I don't, hang on, I'll just keep quiet because I don't understand manic depression very much. But she said within a couple of minutes, he's manic depressive. And I guess what she really meant was that he has some real problems. Like a lot of us, you know, we've all got real problems. And so it's sad. I think Robin Williams is one of the saddest ones. And when he died, I was really shocked because I was watching him on TV every day at like 4 p.m. But when he died, then the TV program continued. Yeah. So it's sad. It's a really sad one. Yeah. Ooh. So who next? Yes, continue.
Oh no, I'll talk about Rob Williams a little bit longer, and then I'll change on to someone else.
No. Tammy, whatever you want to say.
Matt, will you marry me?
Today, look on the channel right now. Is that? Hang on, I'll turn on the camera. Is that what you really want? Look, Tammy, I'm listening to you.
I'd marry you in a heartbeat if I was allowed to, but I think Muffy might jump through the phone and kill me. No, seriously, I've never said that to someone before, but you know, why not? Put it out there. And if you say no, then you've heard it here. I've been rejected, guys.
I'm listening.
Hang on. TNT just wrote, it wasn't when Robin Williams died, they aired the episode on Family Guy where there was multiple Robin Williams that got killed off air the night he died. Oh my God.
Wow.
I didn't know about that. Shit. That's pretty fucking scary. But apparently Matt's internet.
I can see the chat.
Oh, you can see what Sharon wrote.
Well, I
She's telling me to start off because apparently you're hers. Wow, you have a lot of people who want you, Matt. And I'm the only fucking... Sorry. That's funny. I've been told to sort off.
no, don't start off. I'm listening to you, Tammy. What do you got to say? You're talking about Robin
no,
Williams.
Sharon told me. No, Sharon Ashman has said, Tammy, sort off. He's
Sort
mine.
off. He's mine. Yeah.
Oh, well, Matt can choose. It's all good. He chooses his girlfriend. No, but when it comes to Robin Williams, like there was he was in this TV show that used to be around on Foxtel. It was called Inside the Actors Studio. And I've watched that interview a few times, and it's what pisses me off more than anything. Excuse my language, people. But what happens is that every time he does an interview, he's always supposed to be funny. He was always expected to be funny.
That's really difficult to be funny, I think.
Exactly. Like people say, I'll be honest, when I watched that interview, I actually cried because it was like he was trying to talk about depression.
Yeah.
And the guy who hosted the Inside the Actors Studio, it was almost like he wasn't having any of it. You know, he didn't want to hear about it.
I remember that TV. That guy with the glasses. Yeah, I know that show. Yeah, I remember that. I watched a few episodes of that. So, what did you think? How did you feel?
I actually felt as though the guy wouldn't. Sorry, Holly just wrote just a girlfriend, so it's not too late, Muffy, for you, Matt. It comes down to that. I think that, like I said, he was trying to be serious, and yet in nearly every interview he did, no one gave him a voice beyond being a comedian.
Sure.
And that's when he started doing movies like Patch Adams. He did movies like Good Will Hunting, Good Morning Vietnam, but even in that, people have told me he was funny.
I
would have loved to have seen him.
Good Morning Vietnam. What a great movie. Yeah.
But it makes me angry though, because I would love if someone was able to interview Robin Williams and say, let's know the real Robin Williams. Like, what's going on with you, not with what's coming up in your life, what's going on, rah, rah, rah. Ask him questions that would really help somebody, because he helped me a lot through his comedy, but he helped me also through a lot of depressing days too.
Yeah.
Very, very talented man, gone way too soon.
Yeah, and you're right. I think nobody really listened to him. And when they did listen to him, he would have just said, I think he would have changed his mind. He would have said, oh no, don't worry, that was yesterday. No, I'm fine, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's gone way too soon. And how about, I think it's David Carradine. Do you know about David Carradine?
No, do tell.
David Carradine is the guy from Kung Fu. He's the guy from Kill Bill.
Yeah, I've seen Kill Bill. I'm just trying to remember what character he played in that.
Oh, he was Bill.
Oh, okay.
So David Carradine, I'm just going to check Google. I think it's David Carradine, not Keith. Hang on. David. Hang on. My typing is terrible. Hang on. David Carradine.
You look that up. I'm just going to quickly read something Penny wrote. Robin made friends with the gorilla, if I remember. That made him happy for that moment. Exactly. Because he didn't have to be on, if you know what I mean. Like, he didn't have to be funny. He didn't have to try and make the gorilla laugh. He didn't have to do anything like that. He could just be him. But then afterwards, he was like, he made jokes about it, but he learned sign language and did sign language to the gorilla. He hadn't seen the gorilla for like 5 years or something, and the gorilla remembered him, and the way they embraced was absolutely beautiful and heartbreaking.
Now, what gorilla are you talking about?
I don't remember the gorilla's name. I'm really.
What I mean, was it from TV or was it from a documentary?
Oh, I think it was from like a documentary he did.
Wow, I never heard of that before.
Oh, hang on. Sorry, Sharon just wrote, oh my God, disclaimer here, guys. Matt, he was found in the wardrobe hung. That's really,
that's David Carradine. That's what I was going to get to. Yeah, I was going to talk about David Carradine in a moment. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there's clips on YouTube with Robin Williams and the gorilla. It looks very, very cute. He goes, oh, he probably thinks that I'm related because I'm very hairy.
Now, was that a speech therapy kind of documentary, or was it a comedy?
I've only seen little snippets, but from what I saw, it was just a serious documentary.
Now, David Carradine was another actor that was on. He was like one of those guys that had a lot of highs and a lot of lows. So he was on the TV show Kung Fu, which was basically like a cult. It's like a cult TV show. He was the guy that would say, grasshopper, I know what you want. You know, he was like the wise Kung Fu traveling assassin. And then he disappeared for a couple of years. Then he came back with a couple of movies. Then he disappeared. I think he would sink into. I think he was I'm sorry to say. I think he was an alcoholic, and he would go up and down, up and down. And then he appeared on Kill Bill, and he portrayed like the ultimate character. Vance was saying Coco, okay. And then he played basically like Do you know the movie Kill Bill?
Yes, I've seen it twice. I've seen both of them, and I was drunk, so not really.
Yeah, well, yeah, don't worry. I think we all were. And I think even David, I'm pretty sure David Carradine was drunk also. Now, so David Carradine, apparently, now this is the story, he was into some pretty weird shit. Apparently he was into, I'm really sorry to say, he was into like autoerotic asphyxiation. And if I've got that wrong, I apologize. Now, he was found in a hotel room in Bangkok, Thailand, I think about 10 years or maybe 10 or 11 years ago. So I mean, I live like in Vietnam. The next over is Cambodia, then it's Thailand. So I live right near Thailand. He was found in a hotel room in a wardrobe, and I don't need to explain it anymore. You know, he was basically he'd hung himself trying to get off. You know, and so from what I know now is that now when you go to the hotel, that room doesn't exist anymore. They've plastered over the door. That room is gone. Yeah. So David Carradine's death, he was another guy that kind of when he died, it was strange because he was kind of famous again. You know, he'd just done 2 Tarantino films, and if you star in a Tarantino movie, you've made it. You know, you can do whatever you want. But yeah, he died, I guess, looking for something he couldn't find. When you die during autoerotic asphyxiation, I don't recommend it.
No,
that's, you know what I mean. Like he died looking for something he could never find. You know, it's really sad. It's really sad. So let's change the topic. Let's go to someone else. It's more fun.
We're going to go. I'm going to let you read the comment that Muffy just wrote in chat. I highlighted it for you.
I will pay to have him flown to Cambridge, Massachusetts. All of his expenses, top the ladies. Okay, now Muffy, I'm sorry, I need to get vaccinated first before I'm allowed into the Americas. Okay, Muffy, I can be there. I can be there. It's going to be I need to get vaccinated first. Can you wait for me?
Oh, you do realize that she's going to be actually holding you to this, right?
That's all right. I'm not lying.
There you go, Muffy. You have been your invite has been accepted. My marriage proposal has been rejected.
Oh, I'm sorry, Tammy, but we have a professional relationship right now. We have a professional relationship.
Yeah, that's true. She hasn't written back to that, so there you go. Yeah, a lot of people have died from erotic asphyxiation lately.
Ooh, Michael Hutchins.
Yes, he's another one
from it. Oh my God! Now he was one of the most. I'm not into guys, but he was just amazing. Ooh, Betty Cakes is saying I'd like to visit Vietnam. Vietnam's beautiful. Now back to Michael Hutchins. What an amazing vocalist! And when he died, I mean, he might not have been on top of the world, but when he died, it was a real shock. And then, what do you say when somebody dies when they,
Yeah, that's it. He was very, very well. I'm going to say is because I still see him as I see him, and he was very, very handsome.
Yeah, yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. No, he was an amazing singer.
Oh yes, that song "Never Tear Us Apart."
Yeah,
That
yeah,
is
I
the
know,
most.
I know.
I absolutely love that song. That used to be my
Yeah,
ringtone once upon a time, but not anymore
fair
because
enough,
can't find it.
fair enough.
But
So who is the next person in your Illuminati suicide list? Who do you think?
um oh my god, I'm trying to think of the person's name. Okay, I don't remember their actual names, but the two characters that have died from Glee, I find their
Oh,
death
okay.
for me very, 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 very suspicious.
You,
So
you mean the guy that hung himself after they
yeah.
found him with child pornography on his computer,
Oh, sorry. Then
or
three. Sorry.
yeah,
Then
yeah,
there's three characters
one
from
guy
Glee that have passed away.
one guy died from a heroin overdose. I think there was what's
Yeah.
his name, Corey or something. Then
Yeah, Corey.
another guy. Another guy was being investigated for child pornography, and he hung himself in a tree. Oh, that's terrible. And then that lady about a year ago who unfortunately drowned.
Yeah, she was a very strong swimmer too, so it's very sus that one.
Wow.
It's weird because
Yeah.
when they say she was able to get her son on the boat, but then she went
Hmm.
under. I'm starting to think, could somebody have been under the water and yanked her under and held her under there?
Well, I'm listening. Go on, please.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So I think that if she had the strength to get her son on the boat, and like I said, she used to swim heaps. So
Yeah,
it's
she
not
was
like she
fit.
would have,
Yeah.
and she was gorgeous. I absolutely loved
Oh.
her. And I just find it very, very odd for someone who used to swim for 2 hours or 3 hours a day that she couldn't get herself
Wow.
on the boat. So, oh, sorry, you're answering Muffy. But yes, I find her death very, 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 very sus.
Keep going.
I'm just saying, I just find her death sus.
Well, we're listening. Now,
There's a lot of it. Hmm?
why do you think it's suspicious?
Well,
I'm
because she
interested.
was known as a very strong swimmer. So why was she
Ah,
unable? Like, why did she go? Why wasn't she strong enough and stuff like that to get herself on the boat? Yet she was strong enough to lift her son out of the water and put him in the boat to safety. But then she couldn't pull herself up. I don't get it. She had a life jacket on and everything. So
wow, she had a life jacket on. I didn't know
Mhm.
that.
That's what I've heard. So yes. Oh, there you go. Muffy's written back to you. She said she'll wait for you.
Thank you, Muffy. I will wait too. Thank you. But we don't know her name yet. Let's look up her name. Okay, let's at least honor her with a name. Okay,
Yes, please.
Glee star deaths. That's a terrible. Yeah, Glee. Okay.
As soon as you say her name, I'll know it, and it's really bad. Obviously, I'll know it because you'll say it, but
Naya Rivera.
that's it. Thank you.
Yeah, poor girl. Yeah, no,
She was
and she.
absolutely gorgeous.
Oh yeah, she's stunning. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we've got Corey I can't say his name. Corey
Monteith.
Monteith. Yeah,
Yep.
he was the guy that he died of a heroin overdose. That's terrible. That's really
Yeah.
sad. Another guy who was on top of the world, and I guess he had a habit, and nobody knew, nobody saw it. Yeah, and then we've got Mark Salling was the bad boy who played Puck. Mark Salling
Yes.
was the guy who he hanged himself in a tree. And yeah, jeez, what a topic. Geez, there's nothing glee about this.
No.
They should change the name of the TV show to not Glee. They should change to Glum.
Bloom.
Gloom. Yeah, Gloom. They should just call it Gloom.
Yes. I've actually been fortunate enough that when Glee first came out, I couldn't stand it. And then I watched a few after Corey Monteith had actually passed away. I actually watched a few of the songs that they sang, and then I watched when oh my God, you just said her name and I can't remember it.
Maya Rivera.
Thank you. When Miss
Or maybe it's
Rivera or Maya. Naya,
Yeah.
that's it, Naya. Yeah, Naya did the tribute to Corey. I actually really got upset with the song that she did sing because she sang it with such a passion. And then when you listen to I can't remember what the song's called. I'm really bad. When I Die Young. And it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful song. And when you listen to those words, it's like she's almost singing her death, if that makes sense. Because it's really sad. Because it's like, take me to the river and it's really sad.
So another person who died way too young. Yeah.
Catch up with you all real soon. Out for lunch today with a friend. Loving my time off work. Thanks to me. No worries. Thank you, Miss Jones, for popping in here. Have a wonderful lunch and stay safe and be good.
Now, who do you want to talk about now?
I'm going to leave that up to you and Chap.
Yeah, but I mean, well, I was going to suggest JFK Jr. because I think I'm fascinated with JFK's assassination. I've got several books on his assassination, and so but I've got no idea what really happened. But when I think about JFK Jr., I mean, that's another guy that died when he was on top of the world. You know, he had. Yep. You know, he was married. He had a kid. You know, he had his own magazine.
I don't think they had a child.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad.
That's all right. Sorry, I just got to reply to this person. Sorry.
That's all right.
But yeah, no, I found they didn't have a child together. I don't think
there we go.
Have children. I'm not sure.
TNT is TNT knows everything. So TNT, what is your opinion? Because he's saying, or he or she, I don't know. I'm assuming it's a he. He's saying that the fuel line was turned off in the plane for JFK Jr. But wouldn't the airplane alert him to say, you know, the fuel line's turned off? And yeah, TNT is all over this. Yeah.
Yeah, TNT is very on it. That's for sure. I'm starting to think that TNT is somebody I actually. TNT is a she.
Oh, it's a she. Sorry, she's a she.
Then it's not who I thought it was. I thought for a moment it might have been Dave coming in to stalk my channel.
Okay, I'm just going to say sorry to TNT. Sorry, I didn't know you're a she. Yeah.
Yeah, his death was very sad as well, but they say it was the Kennedy curse, and it's like,
oh my God, absolutely. And he died when he was on top of the world. You know, he couldn't do anything wrong. You know, even Jennifer Aniston in Friends there was a whole episode where she was like, "Oh, I saw John. You know, I saw John today. You know, that guy could do no wrong." And then apparently, according to TNT, you know, the fuel, that airplane, that death is very strange.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I think it was his wife and his sister-in-law. So pretty sad.
Yeah.
Hang on. I'm just letting someone know that I'm live so they can pop in if they wanted to. She's asking me to send her if anyone is in here and is friends with Elizabeth, I gotta look at her proper full name. Elizabeth Jones, can you please send her a link to this live, please? Brandon Lee, yes. Sorry.
Oh my God, Brandon Lee. He's another guy that was on top of the world. I loved the movie The Crow was the most amazing movie.
I've never seen it. I want to see it.
Oh my God, you need to go see it. Get off the channel, go and watch it right now, and come back in 2 hours.
In 2 hours, I'll probably be asleep though. But no, I found and someone wrote before with Bruce Lee's death as well. Very strange how he went to lie down because he had a headache, and he took a headache tablet and he never woke up.
Now, people told me that he died because he died from basically like a hash. He died from he smoked so much drugs towards the end of his life. He was smoking hash.
And that mixed with a painkiller.
All day. There you go. Yeah. So. So yeah,
Hop and Holly
we got
should have
Elizabeth
been my
Jones.
hubby.
I think unfortunately Bruce Lee I think Bruce Lee died from a cocktail of drugs and stress, and that kills me. That that's sad.
Mm. Oh, sorry. Hop and Holly just wrote, should have been my husband on that plane.
What do you mean?
Oh, because I think Hop and Holly doesn't get along with her husband. So I'm assuming that's what she means. But no, but what was I going to say? Yeah, there are a lot of people out there who have passed away and have been under strange circumstances. Like I said, we're led to believe that it's suicide, but the question that around all the ones I've discussed so far for tonight is, did they actually die from suicide or were they in fact murdered?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of strange things, like you said, like Robin Williams was at the top of his game, so to speak.
Yeah.
And then he killed himself. What's his name? Heath Ledger, another one. He was at the top of his game, and then he passed away. He passed away from a cocktail of drugs, and it's sad. Welcome, Elizabeth Jones.
Let's ask the audience, who do they want to hear about? Because I mean, I love this sort of thing. You know, it's sad, it's morbid, but it's fascinating. You know, when you have Heath Ledger dying, you've got one of the Olsen twins is basically his best friend. You know, and apparently she's cleaning up the death scene. You know, she calls she called the maid. She called 911. I think that was the third person she called. And so Heath Ledger was another one that he got. Yeah, so Elizabeth Jones wants Elvis. You know, I think. Well, who do you want to talk about, Tammy? Oh, Michael Jackson.
Yeah, I talked about him just briefly before.
Right. Okay, what about Whitney Houston? Ooh.
Oh, her death. I think that she was. Well, it's hard to really say with her because she was a very big drug user. And in a few documentaries that I've seen surrounding her death, they said that the way that she was able to get her drugs at one stage is that some random the person should be buying drugs off would pose as a fan, and then they would give her a pen and she would sign something, and then they would let her keep the pen, and the pens would be in where the ink cartridge should have been. So
keep going. What do you mean?
I'm just saying. Well, you know when you get say a pen that has like the part where the ink is and stuff like that, they would actually roll up the dope or the cocaine or whatever it was. They rolled that up and put it into the barrel of the pen, and then when she went to go hand the pen back, the fan was posing as a fan would say, no, you keep the pen, you keep the pen. And that's how she was able to get drugs no matter where she was in the world. Her drug supplier would actually follow her around on her paycheck, obviously. And then, pose as a fan and get her to sign shit and then say, keep the pen.
Now, didn't she die during the MTV Music Awards?
I think so, yeah.
That's so strange. I mean, you're basically, imagine this, you're like one of the top singers in the world. And then you die during the music awards and you die in the bathtub. Yeah. So, Hop and Holly, did she drown or did she overdose? No, there's so many questions.
You know, was she did she drown by force, or was she did she drown because she slipped and she hit her head? But yeah, we will do a tribute for Princess Diana closer to her death date, which sounds horrible, but I'll do something on Diana then. So on the 31st of August here, I'll do something on Diana.
Yeah, let's do Diana because I'd love to talk about Diana. Yeah. Now somebody's mentioning River Phoenix. Oof. Now
Sharon did. Yeah.
I'm assuming you had a crush on River Phoenix.
Don't know who he is, so no.
You don't know River Phoenix.
I know the name, I just don't know his.
That's okay. He was like, you know, the biggest heartthrob at the time. You know, he was I guess maybe you're a couple of years too young. You're a baby, Tammy. You're a little baby today.
I'm only 39. I'm not like 29.
I'm kidding. You know what I mean? What about? So who was found dead in Kiev? Elizabeth Jones is asking about Vic Falaty show. Oh yeah, so yeah, River Phoenix died at the Viper Lounge. Now, who died in Kiev, Elizabeth? Ah, Johnny Depp's friend. Yeah, Johnny Depp's friend was River Phoenix. Yeah, he died from. Didn't he die from like he had like a flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers was there. You had everybody at the Viper Lounge, and then the next minute he's out the front of the bar and he's having an overdose.
Yeah, because I'm not sure who it was though, but there was a celebrity. I'm not sure if it was River Phoenix, but there was a celebrity who died because he went to go lie down in the back of a car, and then because he laid down on his back, he actually ended up throwing up, and he died from choking on his own vomit.
I'm
So
not sure
I
about
don't
that.
know who that was, but yeah, there was someone that happened to.
What about musicians? Let's talk about some musicians that died that we think were maybe suicides or maybe they were murdered. What about Kurt Cobain? Kurt Cobain, come on.
Oh, he was
What do you know
definitely
about?
murdered.
Tell me, Tammy. What do you believe? And
Okay,
don't hold back.
I do believe that he was murdered due to the fact that the suicide note. People have said that was lyrics that he was writing, because the writing above in the supposed suicide note did not match the writing that was at the bottom when he goes, "I'm sorry," something like, "I'm sorry, I can't do this. I love you." And then so that's why I think, and I think his partner at the time had a lot to do with that.
Keep going.
Sorry, someone's just gone back to Whitney Houston for a sec. Penny Blake, her daughter's death was odd, if I remember right. Yes, I do believe. Yes. Courtney Love, watch Soaked in Bleach. I need to watch that again so I can talk more about
It's on.
him.
You can see it on YouTube.
Oh, it's still up there? Okay, because when I've tried looking for it,
it was the last time I saw it.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it was yeah, I mean Courtney Love, Jesus Christ, what a piece of work that woman is,
Oh yeah.
I mean she's a pretty we've got the Linkin Park lead singer.
Oh, Chester Bennington. Yes.
Okay. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I do believe that he was actually assassinated due to the fact that him and I can't remember the other guy's name that passed away only about a month or two before him. It was one of his best friends. He killed himself as well. And the thing is, though, is that those are the two that I do remember that were going to come forward and release names of the pedophile ring into the Hollywood circle.
Hang on. You can't just say that. What do you mean? What do you mean? He was going to come forward and...
they were going to release names of people that were involved in the pedophilia ring that surrounded what was his name? That guy, not Weston,
Epstein.
I think that's his name. I don't know. West something W. Can someone help in chat? Please help me. He was actually he looked like a pig. And they actually,
he looked like a pig.
Yes.
Well, that's a million people.
Epstein. Yes, sorry. Thank you, Elizabeth Jones.
Jeffrey
Yeah,
Epstein.
It was Epstein. Yeah,
Jeffrey
so
Epstein. Okay.
yeah, Winston Epstein, wherever it is.
He was a billionaire. He was a billionaire.
Yeah, he's apparently I think he's in jail now for what he did. But the thing is, though, is the fact that they actually were on the verge of releasing names that were associated with him. And they'll Jeffrey. Not Jeffrey. Sorry. So what happened is that they were going to be stepping forward into the public and saying these are some of the people involved in this pedophile ring. Excuse if this upsets anybody. And no sooner than one of them had actually said, "Oh, we have information about this," he mysteriously ended up dead. And so it was up to Chester to come forward, and then he ended up dead.
Hang on. So you're telling me? Are you telling me? Sorry, I turned my camera on to check. Are you telling me that Chester Benningfield has got a connection to Jeffrey Epstein? Is that what you're suggesting? It's okay if you're not. It's just I'm just trying to keep up with you.
I don't know if Tom Hanks was on that list. I'm not saying squat. In regards to that, I see it as
That's
that
okay.
those two knew who of some of the big Hollywood stars that were accused of being pedophiles.
All right, fair enough.
Chris Cornell. There you go. Thank you, Sharon.
Chris Cornell. Oh my
Yes.
God, from Soundgarden.
He's the one that
right.
yeah, he passed away. And so, like I said, then it was left on to Chester. And because Chester did suffer from very severe depression. And he's even made a video on YouTube talking about his depression. And the thing that makes me angry when I watch that interview, I'll post that interview or that little bit of the interview in my live or whatever later on my Facebook page. And what happens is the fact that he was saying that, you know, this place right here, which is basically his temple on his head, side of his head, is that he talks about how it's a bad neighborhood, and when he feels like he's depressed, he should not be alone, and he's really being serious, and the person who's talking to him is actually laughing at him, and for me it's just disgusting. And I think that because they were going to step forward and say who was on that list, they were both assassinated. Harvey Weinstein. Thank you.
There we go.
Sonia.
Harvey Weinstein. Thank you.
He's still alive and in jail.
Yeah,
Thank you so much, Sonia.
He's got 80 years in jail. You know, when you've been handed a sentence of 80 years, you ain't getting out. You know, you're not coming back. And he had $100 million in the bank, and he couldn't get out of jail. So he's obviously guilty. Now what do we got in the chat? We've got people talking. Oh, Chris Cornell. He was an amazing singer. Another guy that was, you know, that guy could sing anything, but I think he was never satisfied. You know, he probably had like a circle. I'm only speculating, but he probably had a circle of like 10 close friends, and even those guys, and they were all surprised. And when he hanged himself, and it's terrible. People hanging themselves, it's so sad. Now, Hop and Holly's asking about Bill Cosby. Now, Bill Cosby was someone I really loved as a kid. I had several of his comedy albums. Every time I went on a holiday, my dad always fucking played his comedy tapes. So I know his stand-up word for word. So when he got arrested, I mean, I was surprised, but at the same time, I wasn't surprised because it just seemed like, yeah, I guess, you know, Bill Cosby likes to get his own way. However, his conviction's been overturned.
I think the only reason I think, which is really bad of it being overturned, it should have been like reinvestigated and put him in like a padded cell until it was reinvestigated. I don't think that him being released was due to overcrowding. I don't believe that for a second. But I think it was released because the person who was the judge in that particular case was corrupt.
Keep going.
So I love how you keep saying keep going, even though I've finished what I'm saying. No,
I'm an English teacher. I'm always saying to my students, keep going. Sorry, it's normal for me.
Well, sir, I'm not one of your students.
Keep going.
So like I said, I just think that to have someone that has been convicted of something and then suddenly have it overturned and have him released, it's the only thing that in my opinion, it's the only thing that makes sense as to why he would have been released. Because unless the judge was corrupt or there was evidence that wasn't brought forward or there was evidence that was crucial to the case that was left out, who knows? But I do believe that the judge was corrupt. That's just my opinion. So if I'm wrong, I won't say sue me because I've got nothing here. But yeah, I apologize for that. But I do believe that the judge was corrupt. Don't say keep going because that's all I've got to say about it.
Okay, I'm not going to say any more. I'll just keep quiet for one more hour. What about do you know anything about the Clintons' body count?
No, I don't. Do you?
Well, I mean, there's an alleged list of people that mysteriously died around anything to do with the Clintons. And so we have let's say anybody that's around Bill and Hillary Clinton. Number one is, okay, we've got number one. I'll just type it in the chat. Vince Foster. Now, Vince Foster, I mean, I'm not sure if he was he wasn't a district attorney, but he was like a high up power kind of what was he? He wasn't a DA, but he was basically like, you know, one of their BFFs, you know, and it's alleged, and he was found in a park. Oh, and feel free to say keep going. So he was found in a park. He was found in a park clutching a 38 or a Smith & like a revolver in his left hand. He blew his brains out in a park, and now apparently like he wasn't left-handed, he was right-handed, and blah 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 blah. And he was like, you know, like they're BFFs, and he's somebody who killed himself mysteriously. Now there's quite a few other people around the yeah. So Elizabeth is saying keep going. Hey, I've got to reply. Yeah, keep going. Keep going. Okay, now we've got Jeffrey Epstein. Now Jeffrey Epstein is another guy who's basically like a BFFFF of Bill Clinton, and allegedly, you know, we all know about. Sorry for typing again. Keep going. Now, and so apparently he allegedly had like, you know, an island in the let's see, where is it, in the Caribbean or the Caribbean, and let's see, he allegedly had, you know, you have like Bill Clinton on the manifesto. Go on. You have Bill Clinton on the manifesto of the airplane going several times back and forth to this guy's island. And in the meantime, you have an author who recently wrote a book about, so I'm reading all the comments. Now you have several authors that have written books about the Clintons, saying the Clintons did this, the Clintons did that. And these authors have been found with, surprise, surprise, their brains blown out. Now, I'm not saying they didn't kill themselves, and I'm not saying they did. It's very suspicious that when you're like this big, famous ex-president, you know, and you've just got all these people that just kind of keep dying around you, maybe it's time we start investigating the Clintons. And now, if tomorrow in the morning, I wake up and I decide to blow my brains out, I'm kidding here, but you know what I mean? Like, it's very suspicious. What do you know about the Clintons?
That Bill was an adulteress to the max.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
And the fact that, now for me personally, like, I always thought that Bill Clinton was a bit of okay, you know, like he had a good head on his shoulders. But
sure.
I lost all respect for him when he would do that interview. He goes, I did not have sexual relations with that woman. And then when it came to the forefront that he actually did, I'm sorry I lied. You get more respect from people if you are honest to start with than you are later down the track.
Yeah, they found semen. They found semen on the girl's dress. I mean, you don't get semen.
Yeah, but the thing I was confused about, Monica Lewinsky, if you ever happen to watch this live, I adore you, sweetheart, but with a mouth that big, how could she honestly spill any? Like, I'm sorry.
Keep going.
Oh, okay. But no, I'm serious though. Like, I look at her and I just think, your mouth is massive, honey. Seriously, you know, like, catch it, love. Catch her the rye, catch her the spooge.
Catch her in the eye, yes.
But it just makes me think, Elizabeth Jones, ew.
Yeah.
But at the same time, did Monica Lewinsky purposely spill some on her dress so that way, if anything weird did happen to her and they're going through her clothes, they can go, oh, well, this is a weird stain. Don't do the scratch and sniff, though. But the thing is the fact that she probably did that as most probably an insurance policy because of the fact that if anything did happen to her, hypothetically, she had that as proof that her and Bill Clinton actually did enter into a sexual relationship.
Yeah. Oh, he definitely had sex with her. I mean, if you're, let's, you know, look at it from her. If you're this young, impressionable, you know, personal assistant, temp, you know, and also, like, she finished with she you know, everybody tarnished her reputation. However,
Yeah.
Bill left impeached or not impeached, I'm not sure, but he left on top of the world, you know, and that guy can still travel the world and make $1 million making a speech. Now Monica should have just what are you saying, Tammy? You're saying Monica should have swallowed? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm just saying I don't understand how she couldn't because of how big her mouth is. Yes,
Sorry,
and
that
then
was...
I just highlighted what the. Oh yeah, hang on. TNT. I've got to highlight that again. You know the Clintons trashed the White House when they left. Took the W off the keyboards. Took old seal of states, etc. Wow, no, I did not know that. That's pretty messed up. I'm going to be talking about Princess Diana towards the end of the month, guys. So, but no, I think it's very, 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 very sad with what. But like I said, I think that she did that most, like I said, as an insurance.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Bill Cosby thing makes me sick too, Muffy. Don't you worry. But oh wow, Bethy Cakes. She really thought he was going to marry her. I wouldn't marry a woman if she didn't get it all in her mouth. The mouth that big? No way. I'm joking.
Yeah, we know you're joking. We know what you're saying.
Oh. But yeah, hang on. I look for. Oh, good, Elizabeth. I'm glad. But no, but like I said, it's just very, very sus. And like I said, with the people that have been going and turning up dead from that have been connected to the Clintons, I do believe that Monica did that as a way to protect herself. Because if anything happened to her, they would have been like, well, let's check her clothes. Let's do this. Let's do that. And then by going there and what do you call it? By checking that dress, because when she got home that night, she sealed it in a bag. Now, people are going to look at that. If anything happened to Monica, she would have looked at it and gone, okay, why is this dress in a bag? Let's, find out why. And then they would have been able to test that and find out that it had Bill Clinton's DNA. I'll be polite and say DNA. His DNA on her dress, and then they would have called him into question saying, okay, why is your seminal stain on this woman's dress who has turned up murdered in, I'm trying to think of that big, Central Park, so to speak, or whatever that big park is in New York or something like that,
Yes, Central Park.
and questioned him. Yeah, so that's my theory as to why there was a part spilled on her dress. So she did that. So then if anything did happen to her, she had that to protect herself, to back up and somewhere, or someone had a letter, or someone was given instructions of where a letter would be found, and it would outline her affair with Bill. It would have outlined what their relationship was about and everything like that. And that's why then if people would have gone and gone, okay, she had an affair with an American president. She gave him a little bit of, mouth-to-mouth resuscitation down on Mr. Ed. And then what happened is that, but he's been denying it. We've got this letter and we've got the seminal stain on her dress to back that up. So now it's time to find Mr. William Clinton and call him in for questioning as to, he's been denying to the country for months and months he did not enter into a sexual relationship with her. But then now he's got to explain why his semen is found on her dress, and to try and understand this, with the dates that she is saying where they did things coincide with his travel plans. So we've now got to look back on that and do the cross-reference thing. So that's what I think.
Now, how do you feel about Marilyn Monroe?
I believe she was murdered because of the same situation. She was. I do believe she was pregnant to JFK, and she refused to get rid of it, so they killed her.
Wow.
To silence her for once and for all.
Wow.
But that's again my opinion.
Keep going.
No, Muffy's telling you to keep going. I'm not called handsome. She's talking to you.
But at the time she died, it was Robert Kennedy that was at her house the day before. So yeah, see, like Robert Kennedy was there, and apparently, like, they were arguing, and the police had sorry, I've been drinking beer. Her whole house, that's hard for me to say. Her whole house was tapped. So her house was tapped at the time. The police and the investigators knew everything about her. And according to certain sources, RFK was there at the time, you know. So I mean, maybe it was JFK, maybe it was RFK, maybe it was somebody else. But yeah, so cheers. So I'm just gonna reply to the chat. So cheers. Yeah, beer is today's my day off. Beer is good. Now, but Tammy, are you suggesting that possibly Marilyn was pregnant? Is that what you're suggesting?
Yes, I am.
Keep going.
Oh,
I'm
I
listening.
think that I do believe that she was pregnant to JFK, and because back in that era, I don't know if this is inaccurate, so apologies if anyone takes offense to this, because back then, even if you get pregnant now to a man who's married, in some cultures you are frowned upon. So by him being like a people's president, so to speak, you know, everybody loved JFK, that, you know, loved him. So what would have been bad is that would have tarnished his name. It would have tarnished his name as the president, but it would have also tarnished the Kennedy name. So, you know, oh no, he had an affair. Okay, great. But you see, if I was to go get pregnant to a married man, God help me, you know, people would look at it and go, oh my God, Tammy, why? But then if you're in the limelight as much as the Kennedy family was, you'll be looked at as though you're a home wrecker. You destroyed the family. Oh, wow, there you go. I didn't actually know that she died on the 4th of August, 1962.
Yeah, I just
there you
checked
go.
Google. I just Googled it.
A teacher checks Google, then you know that we're
absolutely, yeah, always. Yeah.
But that's what I do believe. So, that's all right, Elizabeth, relax. But like I said, I do believe that she was murdered because she did fall pregnant and she refused to get rid of it. And that name, that baby or that child would have brought shame to the hey Heather. It would have brought shame to the Kennedy name, and it would have brought shame to JFK being in the presidential position he was at the time.
But don't you think Marilyn should have basically not kept it in her pants, but don't you think Marilyn shouldn't really have slept with both the president and his brother? So I'm not blaming Marilyn at all, because I think Marilyn was amazing. However,
I think Marilyn just wanted somebody to love her. I do believe that. Her quest in life was a lot like oh my God, I can't remember her name. This other blonde bombshell that married a really old man. I can't remember her. Nicole something. I can't remember her last name. But she passed away shortly after her son. And
I can check Google straight away. Marilyn Monroe, peers. Yeah, let's see.
She wasn't connected to Marilyn Monroe. She was Anna Nicole Smith.
Hang on, are you saying? All right, okay. Keep going.
I'm just saying, Anna Nicole Smith was a lot like Marilyn Monroe in the sense of is that they were both searching for somebody to love them. That's all either one of them wanted, is that they wanted somebody to love them. And unfortunately, you know, well, Anna Nicole Smith found it in the right place in the end, but then she passed away. Thank you, Hop and Holly. But with Marilyn Monroe, she always believed that whoever told her that they loved her, she believed that they loved her. But, you know, she never, ever, ever found love, even from a very young age. She was always like alienated from her family in a lot of ways. And, you know, so she probably believed that the presidents at the time and the brother, when they said they cared about her, Jane Mansfield, I have no idea who that is. It comes down to that she never found what she was searching for either. And then she fell pregnant, and then either she miscarried before she was killed or she was killed. And then, for me, it's just very, very sad how politicians can get, you know, politicians use women as pieces of meat. Exactly, Elizabeth. Couldn't have said it better myself. And it's just sad that they do that because, you know, there are people out there, myself included, that just want to find someone to love me and treasure me and value me and protect me. But the thing is, though, that's not possible these days. It's the same back there in the 60s, 50s and 60s. If you fell pregnant out of marriage, you were, you know, you were shunned. You were looked down as though, excuse my language here, you were looked at as though you were a slut.
Yeah, but don't you think she should have been a little bit less high profile than JFK and RFK?
Yeah, she should have been,
Yeah.
but yeah. Well, thank you, Elizabeth.
So yeah. So what about who next? What about
I
next?
don't
Who
know.
next?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
So can we go back to Elvis? Because I know that we talked about Elvis, but can we just touch on a little bit more? So
Yeah,
you said that Priscilla and Elvis hooked up when she was 14. Now,
Mhm.
do you think it was Priscilla's parents that pushed her, or was it Elvis with his like grubby fingers? How do you feel about that?
Well, I think that it was a bit of both. Like Elvis being, I'm a massive fan of Elvis. I adore him,
We know
and
you love
I
him.
think it was a lot of him. I love him as much as I'm allowed to. That makes sense. But yeah, so I think personally it was a lot of his coercing, and also I think it was a lot of to do with what her parents were pushing because of the fact that you think about it this way: if I was a mum and my 14-year-old came to me and said, "Oh, a 25-year-old has invited me over to their house," I'll be like, "Oh hell no!" But because of the fact that if Elvis slipped up and slept with Priscilla, which I believe he did before they were married, they could then sue him for statutory rape and sue him for everything. But because Elvis didn't, then they pushed Priscilla to marry him. All right. So then when she married him, they were trying to push her to leave him and stuff like that. And that's why, like her parents didn't even, you hear interviews when both parents were alive, well, her mum's still alive, but they'll say stuff about how, oh, we wanted to renovate our kitchen. And we had Elvis and Priscilla over for lunch one day. We're telling them how we wanted to renovate the kitchen, but it was going to cost too much. And then before they know it, Elvis had cut a check for them for $10,000 to renovate their kitchen. You know what I mean? So things like that
Don't you think 14 is just too young for the mum and dad to push? It's like borderline.
Yeah, but you got to look at it this way, though, without sounding stupid, though, and it might sound horrible. Think about something that your parents encouraged you not to do, so to speak, when you were a child, or to do when you were a child, and you look back like you are now, and you think to yourself, holy shit, that was really messed up. But because you're so young and you're at that age where you're learning new things, more so as when you're younger, but at 14, you're at that age where you can trick your brain into thinking anything, and you are much easier to brainwash from, say, a young teenager when your body's changing and everything around you is changing. You are more likely to believe what you want to believe because your parents are telling you it's okay. If you don't, like my parents told me not to smoke, I smoke. Don't dye your hair, dyed my hair. So everything my parents told me not to do from a very young age, I started rebelling when I moved out of home. So what I'm saying is I look back on that now and I'm thinking, maybe my parents were right. But at the same time, I do believe her parents were pushing her, and they were pushing her, he was pulling her. So it's a bit from both sides. And Priscilla, I do believe she loved Elvis.
Sure.
But then she knew Elvis had a career. She knew Elvis was a singer. She knew all that about him. Yet she still to this day, which I'm sorry for being mean saying this, she is a horrible person because she continues to play, oh, my parents wouldn't let me spend time with him, but then I refused to eat or sleep. Your child's refusing to eat and sleep. You know what you do then? You put them in hospital. You don't go, okay, we're going to let you go do what you want to do at the age of 14.
Okay.
And exactly. And Colonel needed to keep him in check as well. Agreed, TNT.
Who's the Colonel?
He was Elvis's manager.
Ooh.
Colonel Tom Parker, who was an illegal alien and could not travel to Hawaii with Elvis, because if he went to Hawaii with Elvis, he wouldn't be allowed back in America because he was an illegal immigrant.
Okay, I don't know anything about this guy. Can you keep going?
No, I'm just trying to think. What guy's that? But
yeah,
no,
I'm not
I
sure who it
see it
is.
as. But I do believe that because she was very young and she was very impressionable, her parents were basically making her feel like it was okay. But because of the fact that when, she went to go live with Elvis, she realized Elvis was a womanizer. she realized that Elvis was going to, basically be with other women, and she hated it. But yet she put up with it as long as she did. And then when she had the affair, like, don't know why, but at the same time, she knew what she was getting into, because when she moved there, she was 16, and she would have known that, Elvis has a career. He's making movies. He doesn't have time for me. That should have been a dead giveaway. But instead, she now goes out on interviews and goes, oh, Elvis was touring 40 weeks out of the year. He did that so you and Lisa Marie wanted for nothing. No, it's bullshit, because one of his members of the Memphis Mafia have come out and said that, what do you call it? Have said that they toured for 2 weeks, and then they were home for 2 weeks, toured for 2 weeks, and then, off and on for 2 weeks on the road, 2 weeks home. But yet she said he traveled for 40 weeks out of the year, which I don't believe he did either. Yes, Elvis was not allowed to do A Star Is Born. Elvis was assigned to star in that, but because it also starred Barbra Streisand, Colonel believed it wouldn't get top billing in Elvis's name, and because they refused to put Elvis's name above Barbra Streisand's, the Colonel put a stop to it. Okay, yes, I know that Hawaii is part of America, but I'm just saying it's the fact that there were certain parts he was not allowed to travel to, like he was not allowed to.
So where was the Colonel from? Because I thought the Colonel had red hair, and I've got red hair, so I just assumed the Colonel was from America. Where was he from?
No.
Is he from Canada?
Oh my God, I don't remember. TNT. I'm going to be making TNT mod after this chat, guys. So just be prepared.
TNT's he's very knowledgeable. Don't worry. Yeah. Sorry. She. Sorry, TNT.
Actually, could you cover for me for a minute? I'm going to go make her mod now. Do you mind if you just talk to chat for a minute?
All right, I'm going to read the chat. Okay, let's see. We've got
have fun.
Any questions? Ask me some questions in the chat. Ask me about anything. Ask me anything. Ask me, teacher, can you spell business? Yes, I can. Business. Ask me anything in the chat. How about, let's talk about me. Okay, let's talk about me. I am Australian, and I am 43 years old. I like to drink beer. Have you got any questions? Oh, Tammy's back. Hey, Tammy.
Yep, I'm back. I hope that's okay, TNT, that I made you a mod. If you don't want the responsibility, that's fine, Dale. I'll remove you. But I love the fact that you, yeah, there you go, TNT. I can't remember, maybe Ireland or something. You should Google it. Matt?
Ooh. What? Google what?
Where was Colonel Tom Parker from?
Oh, okay. I will Google it. Okay, hang on, and I'll be back in a minute. Colonel Tom Parker. Okay, I can't even spell Colonel. Colonel Tom Parker. Let's see. Ooh, see, I don't even know who he is. Oh, he's Dutch. Okay, he's from the Netherlands.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. See, I guess I was thinking of his security guard. Thank you, Ink. I sound like one of the Wiggles. So I think. So I guess I was. He's from the Netherlands. I guess I was thinking of Elvis's security guard. Yeah. Okay. So I've never visited the Netherlands. I hear it's beautiful. Thank you, Ink. Yeah, I love the Wiggles.
Someone, hang on, I've got to find the person who's actually asked you this. Someone's asked what your oh, here you go. Elizabeth Jones, what's your favourite beer?
Oh, the one that I'm drinking right now. I like all beers. Right now, I'm drinking San Miguel. I like all beers. I like wheat beers. I like Australian beers. I love American beers. I love American beers. However, all I've got right now is a San Miguel, which is a Filipino beer, and it's delicious. That's me drinking. Okay.
Karen, hey, Karen. You're up. Do you know that? Okay, out of all the people in my chat at the moment, you've got Muffy, you've got Sharon Ashman, you've got Karen, and you've got me. You've got 4 chicks who think you're hot, Matt. Probably a couple of others.
Now, keep going.
I think Matt needs to be on camera when I'm telling him this sort of stuff because he goes really red.
Muffy, I'm not married at the moment. I'm divorced. You know what? I'm actually divorced, believe it or not. Yeah, I was married for a little while, and now I'm unmarried, but I'm in a relationship. But yeah, I'm unmarried. But yeah, I was
So if he
married.
comes and sees you, he can give you one. Baby, that is. Oh, there's a really bad echo. Hang on a sec. That might clear it up.
You're fine.
Yep,
I can't hear any. I can't hear any questions. I mean, I can't hear any echo. Okay, punk ears are common here just now. Now, Bethy Cakes is asking me about, are there any POWs in Vietnam right now? Now, all I will say is that if there are any POWs or if there are not, I can guarantee you that the Vietnamese government is not going to say yes or no, because right now, everything is just fine. So if there are any POWs, we are not going to hear about it anymore. And if there are any POWs, they would be about 70 years old. So yeah, Bethy, that's a very interesting question. There might have been some POWs 20 years ago, 30 years ago, but I think now it's too late. Either they've been released or unfortunately they've passed away. So yeah, Bethy, that was a good question.
Pop and Holly just wrote, I'm 49, newly single. My hubby just got sentenced to 20 years in federal prison in April. Is that a good thing or a bad thing, Hop and Holly? I don't know, because you said that it should have been my husband on the plane. So I'm not sure if her husband's a prick or her husband's a good person. So I apologise, Hop and Holly.
20 years is a long time. Jeez. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Sorry to mention that. Yeah, that sounds like 3 strikes and you're out. That's a long sentence. Oh, it's great. Okay, it's great. That sounds like to me. That sounds like it's 3 strikes and you're out. That sounds like he's a multiple offender. Sorry to say that. I mean that's my hunch. Yeah, 20 years is a long time. Jeez.
Well, hang on. Yeah, I do agree with what Elizabeth just wrote. Just goes, it's hard to imagine that there are still Holocaust survivors alive. It is.
Yeah. And if they ask if they're still alive, then that's amazing. That's beautiful. It's terrible, but it's beautiful. They're still alive. Ooh, who's the next celebrity you want to discuss?
I don't know. I have no idea. Anyone in chat got any ideas?
What do you know anything about Harold Holt?
I've heard the name, but I haven't done any research on him.
Harold Holt was first offender. I'm just reading the chat. First offender, he was a pharmacist into bad things. Okay, Holly, I understand. I've got no more questions. Amy Winehouse. Oh my God! Now, Amy Winehouse. I have got some first-hand information about her. Now, in a past life, I was a musician. So I was a jazz musician for about 20 years. I studied jazz at university. I played double bass. I played electric bass. And about 15 years ago, several musicians from America came to Australia, and I was booked to play with them. And they were all in a band called Sharon Jones and the Dap Kings. Have you ever heard of that band?
No.
So, however, they were all in her backing band, and they had a recording studio, and at that recording studio was the famous song Valerie. You know that song, Valerie, saying, why don't you come? Da, 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 da. So she recorded that song at their studio. I'm sorry,
okay.
you can Wikipedia that. Maybe I've got some of the information wrong, but I asked my friend about Amy Winehouse, and he looked at me sideways and he said, Amy Winehouse liked to party. That's all he said. And so I asked him, what about crack? And he said, no, I'm not going to tell you. All he said was Amy Winehouse loved to party. So all of the stories are kind of true. So if she died, as sad as it is, you know, I think Amy Winehouse really died from an overdose, because that girl she loved to sing and she loved to party, you know? So yeah, it's really sad. I agree, Elizabeth. It is sad. Yeah.
Yeah.
You want me to keep going?
Yes.
No, I've got nothing more. I don't know anything else. As I said, all I know is she liked to party hard. So, ooh.
But she stopped the drug. Excuse me. She stopped the drugs. But at the same time, you can do drugs for so many years, and whether you stop and then you go back to it, it can knock you and it can kill you. So.
Well, I'm not saying whether she died. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Hang on.
Sorry, Kathleen just said hello, though she spelled my name wrong. But still, I'll say hello.
Keep going, Tammy. Keep going.
Oh no, I'm
who
through the chat.
Who typed your name wrong? I will block them right now.
No, you are not going to block them, and it was Kathleen. Kathleen is a sweetheart. She's a good person.
Oh, I'm
She's
sorry.
A good
I won't block her. No, I won't block her. Sorry.
I like how Elizabeth Jones is now taking after you. Keep going. I'm gonna get that from her every time we talk through PM now. I'm gonna be like, oh, I've got something to tell you, and I'll tell her, and she goes, keep going.
Keep going.
Like,
yeah, it's perfect. It's perfect. As an English teacher, all I do is say, how do you feel about blah, 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 blah? And when they say something, I'll say, yes, keep going. Keep going.
Apparent overdose. But the thing is that with all these celebrities that are also dying from drug overdoses, I'm curious as to what's in these drugs that are actually killing them now, where they've been old, like on the drugs, like when they were younger, and it didn't have any effect on them, but then they take it again and it kills them. So you got to ask yourself, where's these drugs coming from?
Now, but you need to understand that if you're an alcoholic, and I'm talking like a 40-year alcoholic, if you stop cold turkey, you've got more risk. And I'm sorry, I don't know if this fact is true, but in my experience, if you stop cold turkey, you've got more chance of dying from stopping drinking alcohol. How scary is that?
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly. It is. It's like you stop doing something and the withdrawals are enough to actually put you into such anxiety that you end up dying. It's pretty sad.
Now, because
ask them what they know about Scotland, mate.
Can you repeat that? What did you say, Tammy? Elizabeth
Jones just wrote.
Ask them about what they know about Scotland. Ooh.
What they know about Scotland.
I don't know anything about Scotland. What do you mean? Yeah, Tammy's breaking up, so I'll just continue. So, as I was saying about alcohol, now, I have had some experience with drugs in the past. I'll just leave it at that. However, like I've managed to quit many drugs, and I've managed to quit smoking. I've managed to quit blah 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 blah. However, alcohol is a drug that really has a grip on me, or has a grip on people. From what I understand, is that if you are like a solid drinker for like more than, we're not talking like 5 years, we're talking 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. If you quit alcohol cold turkey, you've got more chance of dying from that. And that's really sad, because I think I think alcohol is such a slow drug to get a hold on you that when you try to quit,
man,
it's
there's
not going
two
to
of
let
me.
you quit. It's scary. You okay, Tammy?
I'm back. Can you hear me?
I can hear you fine.
Oh, okay.
Now.
Because yeah, I kicked myself out of my own stream. I'm good at that. Oh, so I wasn't breaking up Robot Tammy. Okay, so my live's starting to screw up again. No, I'm here. Can anyone hear me okay? Back. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you fine. So what were you saying before?
I was apologising to Elizabeth for the loss of her brother.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yes, that's terrible. It's sad. Yeah.
Mm. Okay, can anyone in chat tell me if I sound like
No, you're fine, Tammy. You're fine now. I can hear you clearly.
Oh, good, because before someone said Robot Tammy, I'm like, Penny Blake just wrote, he drank so much for so long, a bottle of whiskey was just for a starter every day. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. Yeah, my dad used to do that. He used to drink every night too. Asshole. Oh, good. I'm not a robot anymore. Yeah.
No, you're not a robot.
No, I'm a real human. I'm a real girl. But no, I don't know. You know what? I'm going to stop talking about what I'm going to talk about, like the stuff I've been talking about. And now we're just going to open up the chat to talk about absolutely anything. If you've got any questions, if Matt's comfortable to stay up here and do this, it's great.
But can we touch on Princess Di just a little bit? Just give them a teaser. Just give them a teaser. You know.
Okay, go on.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Now, I don't want you to spill the beans, but in your honest opinion, do you think Princess Diana was happy with her new partner?
Yes.
Yeah, me too. And this is me speculating, but what do you think the royals really thought of Dodi Al Fayed?
A threat to the crown, so that's why.
No, okay. All right. So see, I can tell. I'm not going to say keep going because I can tell that you're really saving this for a next episode, and you're saving for the anniversary. But now, well, just maybe one more question. Now, what do you think Princess Diana could have done differently in her last couple of years? What do you think? Do you think she should have sunk away into do you think she should have sunk away from the spotlight? Because we know that that's not possible. But what do you think she could have done? Yeah, it's not possible. And so, what do you think she could have done differently?
I think that the way that, like, I'm not trying to be disrespectful to.
We know that.
Put a seatbelt on, exactly. But I do
believe
what she could have done differently was not give in to the press so much, so to speak, because there were times where she allowed the press to take it. Like she wouldn't let, when she was out with the kids, the photos were not allowed. She hated that.
Yeah.
But I think that if she didn't say at any time to the press, oh, okay, just one or two photos and then that's it, they would have left her alone.
But how do you think it's possible for her to keep out of the spotlight? Because she was like an advocate. She was a spokesman. She was an ambassador for everybody. You know, Princess Diana would stand up for you in a heartbeat. So I don't think it was possible for her to keep out of the spotlight.
I think that by being in the spotlight like Diana was, I do believe that she did do a lot of good, and I'm never going to say anything bad about her.
I know.
I think that when it comes down to it, the paparazzi was either for her or against her. Diana put on a little bit of weight. Oh, Diana's pregnant. No, she wasn't at the time. The fact that they try and they never ever were 100% on her side. They made her feel as though she was a prisoner in her own mind. And by that, I mean is the fact that she couldn't even turn a corner without a press brigade there to snap a picture of her. She actually did time get to go out into the public without being recognised when Freddie Mercury actually took her to a gay nightclub. They put her on a wig on her. They gave her contacts, and they gave her like fake teeth and all this sort of stuff. And she was able to go there, and she was able to be herself. But unfortunately, Diana was never allowed to be her. She always had to be looking her best, not looking overweight, not looking depressed, not looking like she was like traumatized by anything. And exactly, Elizabeth. She would invite the press, to do things like to help her when she needed them, like when she needed them for the landmines. She got the press involved to actually draw attention to it, but the press was still hungry for that one picture. And unfortunately, the pictures that they ended up taking of her near the end of her life cost her life. And like her brother said, I hope the paparazzi's proud of basically of what they've done. They've got blood on their hands today. And yes, they do. Every single person that was out the side of that hotel that night and hunted her down like a stray animal have got blood on their hands today. And I hope every single one of them that is still working in the press to this day is happy with themselves, knowing that each and every single one of those people played a part in the death of Diana that night.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Tammy. Wow.
Day she died, I filled with mix of emotions that day. Oh, I don't blame you, sweetheart. That's sad, Hop and Holly. Look at it this way. To look at it, Hop and Holly, and I'm going to probably sound a bit weird to say this. Just think, when she passed away, her soul allowed your son to be born that day. So that's what I always think. When people pass away and then there's a baby born on that day, I always think that person that had passed away and then the other person that was born, that person that died gave up their soul, and that's why your son in that particular day was born, is because Diana died, along with probably thousands of other people in the world. But the way to look at it and be proud of it is that Diana died to give your son life, so to speak, because her soul was your... It's not terrible. It's actually quite good to think of that.
No. What I mean was, I didn't mean it's terrible. What I meant was, like, it's terrible to think that way. That someone was sacrificed. But how? Okay, I know this. You want to do this in the future, but how do you feel about Prince Charles? How do you feel about old Charlie?
Okay, disclaimer.
We are not suggesting he's involved, but how do you feel? Keep going.
I think he is a piece of shit that needs to take his big ears and go away. I'm sorry, but I hate him. Because you look at it now, I've got nothing against. I don't judge people on their looks, okay? But when I look at Camilla and I'm thinking, so basically you gave up a smashed crab to go. No, sorry, you gave up a smashed crab. You gave up a raving beauty to go out with a smashed crab.
But wasn't Prince Charles infatuated with Camilla before he met Diana?
Yes.
Or am I? Yeah. So because now my mum is a royalist, and she gave me all the gossip, and she said, "Oh my God, Prince Charles was in love with Camilla before his Diana." And I told my mum, I said, "Mum, shut up, you're wrong." But apparently I was wrong. What do you know, Tammy?
Well, what I've heard is that before he got with Diana, he was with Diana's sister, but then Diana's sister got dumped. And back in the day, that you're supposed to, Tammy, go to your corner. I can't. It's my chat.
Yeah, what's the deal with that?
It's just a figure of speech. Don't worry, I get
I'm kidding,
it's a
I'm
joke
kidding.
that we've.
I'm kidding.
That's right.
Keep going.
Okay, so what happened is that before marry a virgin, and Diana was a virgin because they wanted the children to be born pure. So basically, because Camilla was married as well, she was not allowed to. Sick of seeing go on far out. So he married her, but the whole time that they were on that big massive ship, Camilla was 3 or 4 decks down on the same boat.
Whoa.
Now when that's what I've heard. So I don't know if that's accurate or not. And then when they were going to do dinner or something on the cruise on the first night of their honeymoon, Diana found cufflinks that had the letters CC intertwined with each other. And apparently that stood for Charles and Camilla. And then when Diana asked him about them, he went absolutely ballistic. So
yeah. Now, Muffy was timed out accidentally, maybe. I think she timed out on purpose.
hang on, why was Muffy timed out, guys? Was she?
I think it might have been an accident. It might have been. I'm not sure, but it might have been an accident. So you're saying that while Diana was on a yacht, that you're saying that Camilla was on the lower deck.
Yep, that's what I've heard. I'd love to
keep going.
I'm trying. Hang on, but I might need you to cover for me because I've got to go find out why Muffy was timed out.
All right, I'll continue. I'll just, but I don't want to give it all. I don't want to let the cat out of the bag because Princess Diana was involved with a lot of stuff at the same time. She was petitioning for I think it was the removal of landmines during the Serbian War and all sorts of stuff. And I think Princess Diana was the most amazing, the most beautiful woman that couldn't do anything wrong except if you're the royal family. And according to the royal family, she was the ugliest woman.
Are you okay to continue talking? I didn't know if you were okay to because I was popped out. I've got to go back into YouTube world for a sec. So keep going.
So I can read the chat now. We've got a few questions here. Now we've got Karen is announcing that the royal family are actually German, not English. Now that's very correct. That's very true. Now, if you know anything about World War One, yeah, Hop and Holly, she was. So I'm just going to answer in the chat. So if you know anything about World War One was a war between the families, and all of the families were related. You had the Kaiser of Germany was related to the Tsar of Russia. Who was the king during World War One? Not King George. Yeah, I'm not sure who was I'm not sure who was during World War One. So basically, World War One was a war between families. So yes, all of the royal family, they're all related. A cousin married a cousin. Ew. You know, like a second cousin married a second cousin. Ew. So Karen, you are correct. They're all German. Now let's look at Elizabeth Jones. Charles wore cufflinks, horse breath, gave him as a wedding gift on their wedding day. Now, I'm not sure about the cufflinks. However, Elizabeth, can you elaborate in the chat? What do you mean exactly? Are you telling me that on their wedding day at what was the name of it? At Westminster Abbey, at the wedding day, are you saying that Charles wore cufflinks? Oh, George the Sixth. Thank you, Elizabeth. George the Sixth. Okay, good. So Elizabeth is saying that Charles wore cufflinks on their wedding day. Now, what do you mean? What do you mean exactly? Yeah, okay, King George the Sixth. Thank you, Elizabeth. I'm just going to write that in the chat.
I didn't think she wore them. He wore them on the wedding day. I think he wore them on their honeymoon, and Diana saw them and cracked the shits.
Keep going. What do you mean?
As a gift, because that was the gift that Camilla gave Charles for his wedding to Diana. She gave him a pair of cufflinks, and Sharon, I know you, Karen, sorry, I know your heart's in the right place, but please don't hide Muffy from.
Yeah, we of course. I think it was an accident. Now, so you're saying that who gave whom? Sorry, my English is terrible. My grammar. Who gave whom cufflinks on their wedding day, and who didn't wear them?
Camilla gave Charles cufflinks on his wedding day as a wedding gift.
Wow. Look, if I didn't know you better, I would say baloney. However, I believe you. Now that's so scandalous. Who gives their boyfriend cufflinks on their wedding day to wear? That's crazy. So as I was saying, like, are you telling me that Camilla gave her boyfriend, and she was at the wedding, so she gave her boyfriend cufflinks to wear at his wedding? Now, who does that?
Camilla.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. Thank you for answering the question, but hang on. There's
sorry.
yes. Keep going.
TNT just wrote. There wasn't there a phone. No, that's not what I was reading. Hang on, what?
Wasn't their phone wrecked? Prince Charles wanted to be Camilla's tampon. Yeah, that was apparently in some messages. Now, who would want to be a girl's tampon? Don't get me wrong. Hang on. How do I say that? That's just a weird thing to say to somebody. I wish I was a tampon. It's just, he gave her a bracelet. Thank you. That's nicer. Give her a bracelet. Don't give her a tampon. Don't give her cufflinks. You know, give her a bracelet.
Oh, give her a muzzle.
Give her a muzzle. Yeah, give her $10. You know, give her $20. Give her a sticker. You know, give her a pack of cigarettes. Don't give her like cufflinks and say.
No. Camilla gave them to Charles. Charles didn't give them to Camilla because women don't wear cufflinks. But yeah, Camilla met up with Charles while he was getting ready, and she gave them to him. So he wore them on the honeymoon. Someone wrote above this. I've got to find this one. Something about Diana. Sorry. Someone wrote something about Diana. Diana, where are you? Diana, someone wrote, I can't find it now, guys. Sorry, but they said about how Diana threw herself down a flight of stairs because no one would listen to her about Charles. So while she was pregnant with William, she actually threw. Although Charles gave camel toe. No, she's not. No, she's not camel toe. That's Nicole Kessinger. It's camel toe. Yeah. But so when Diana was pregnant with William, to try and get attention and from the Queen to actually have the Queen listen to her, Diana actually threw herself down a flight of stairs when she was pregnant with William.
Yeah, but that's not a reflection on the children. That's a reflection on Diana being tortured and tormented by Prince Charles, don't you think? Because look at those kids. Those kids came out amazing. Okay, maybe Harry is a little bit questionable right now, but Prince Harry spent 20 years in the spotlight and everything, and same as Prince William. Those two kids were the absolute apple of Princess Diana's eyes. So the fact that she might have tried to terminate the pregnancy is not a reflection on the children. That's a reflection on the torment. And so you're suggesting that I didn't realize that the whole time he was with Camilla. See, I need to talk with I need to ask my mum, because my mum knows everything about the royal family. And you know what, Tammy? I'm so looking forward to your next special on Princess Diana. So maybe
They'll be on the 31st. I'll be probably doing at least 2 lives before that. So yes.
Oh my God! So
the worst thing I heard was William was the heir and Harry was a spare. Horsehoof is what we're going to be referring to as Camilla. So that's good.
That's terrible.
That is really sad. That's horrible. No wonder why Harry's basically gone and said, "Well then, Daddy, fuck you. I'm moving to America."
LA, yeah.
LA, yes.
Yeah, I didn't.
Matt, he was there you go. Hopper is written in capitals, so we've got to pay attention. Matt, he always was.
I'm just answering her question. Yeah. Or
I do believe Meghan Markle is very brave.
Evil. Okay.
But the thing is, though, like she did to try, like the fact that I only saw little bits and pieces of the interview that she did with good old Oprah. And where there's money to be made, Oprah's there. The fact that she goes that if she wishes to now while she's in America, none of her children are protected by the monarchy. So if anything happens to any of her kids, it's basically like, oh well,
Don't you think that if you're born a prince or a princess and your mother is basically the most angelic person in the world, don't you kind of owe it to your family to kind of just stick up a little bit? Because it seems like in the press, Harry is basically saying, "Screw you! I don't want to be a prince." I mean, I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying that. I mean, I'm waiting for his book. I want to hear what he has to say. How do you feel, Tammy?
I think that his book will be something very worthwhile to read. But the thing as well, you've got to look at it as how much of the narrative is going to change in order to suit what the publishers believe the public want to hear. For me, if I was famous and I was to do a tell-all book, I'd be like, publish as is or not at all.
Yeah, and but don't you think Harry can dictate his? Don't you think Harry can say, "I want this book my way"?
Yeah, he should be able to, but because he doesn't have, in my opinion, because he doesn't have the monarchy now to back him up to say this is what he wants, so make sure it happens. So basically, all Harry is now is known as Harry. Let's just say Harry Spencer, because we don't actually know the Queen's last name.
We don't know his name. Yeah.
No, so basically it's going to come down to, so he's, okay, Muffy. Meghan has ruined Harry's life, in my opinion. I think it was her end goal to get him away from his family. She has some sort of weird jealousy thing going on. I'm a girl. I can see it.
That's okay. Now, but I understand what the chat is saying. Yeah, I mean, I have a love-hate relationship with pretty much everybody in my life. And when I see the royal family, I think they're amazing. And when I see Meghan Markle, I think she's amazing. Jesus Christ, she's as strong as they come. I think I can see Meghan Markle being just as strong as any other woman. However, if you marry a prince, you kind of you just need to kind of just tone it down a bit. However, I think Harry at the same time has told Meghan, don't tone it down. You can be amazing. So I think between all in the chat, I think let's just wait and see. I mean, I'm just waiting and seeing, because Jesus Christ, Meghan Markle is a very strong woman. She's as strong as Kim Kardashian. Can you imagine telling Kim Kardashian to tone it down?
I'll tell her to tone it down, and then I'll give her a glass of something sleeping tablets.
She's not. You can't. Same as Meghan Markle is as strong as they come. So at the same time, I sit on the fence with everything. I'm like yes and no. I'm just waiting to see what happens.
Muffy, you will not be thrown out of my chat for saying everything that you feel, hon. I'm saying that because every single time you come in here, you're always awesome and you're great. So I've said this from the very beginning when I started my channel. Everybody's entitled to an opinion. You're allowed to say, I'm not being monetized at the moment. So it comes down to the fact, say whatever you want to say. If people don't like what you've got to say, I'm not trying to sound bitchy when I say this, that's not your problem, Muffy. Say whatever you want to say, darling. It's fine. I'm going to end this live very soon. So please feel free to say whatever you want to say. You are more than entitled to say what you feel you want to say, doll. Yeah, and I personally will make sure that you will not be thrown out of this chat. I will not let that happen under any circumstances.
That's true.
Because I want people to feel like when I'm talking about whatever I'm talking about, you can have an opinion. It's not going to be looked at and going, oh my God, your opinion's different from mine, be gone. It's never going to be that way. You know what I mean? So yeah, all opinions are validated and all opinions are very, very well received and accepted. So if you have an opinion, voice it. Because put it this way, if I can say whatever I want to say, Harry could have done way better than that. I do agree. But at the same time, you've got to look at it as I don't exactly. Yes, she's American, but I don't know what actual nationality Meghan is, and maybe it was. No, I'm not a big fan of Kate Middleton. Don't like her.
Is she from Kenya? Where is her family from originally?
Oh, and so Elizabeth for taking Harry's side.
And
Ooh,
Fergie
didn't know
too,
that.
yes. Fergie's daughters. Yeah, Kenya. Yeah, I
Yeah.
believe I kind of knew that her family has roots in Kenya. So Megan is like the most cosmopolitan person in the world. So maybe she's perfect for, because I think Harry's he's a little bit different. Maybe Megan's perfect for him, you know? I think both William and Harry are happily married. That's what I really believe. Both of them have got their hands full, and that's what, you know, I think that's fine.
Feel free to join me on the 31st to continue this talking. And you're welcome, Muffy. Anytime, darling. If you want to pop up here on panel when I do my Princess Diana special, feel free. And you will not, that way you can't be kicked out. No one's going to kick you out for having an opinion, ever. And I'm saying that to each and every one of you, all 13 of you that are in here, 14 because Matt's on panel with me. If you have an opinion that is different from mine, please don't be afraid to voice it. Oh, there you go. I think Harry has been manipulated by Meghan. He is very easily manipulated. It's obvious. Well, you see the way that she does certain things in that Oprah interview. He's answering something and then she does something with her hand on his and then he quickly just changes the subject. It's weird. I do see the manipulation in that. But I am going to end this live now, guys. I'm sorry, but I'm getting a little bit tired. It's because it's nearly 10:30 here and I'm exhausted. But I will do a Diana one. Oh, okay. No worries, Hoppanolly. You're more than welcome. Oh, I love you too, Muffy. I nearly called you Dragon then. Sorry. But are you still there, Matt? No, Matt's disappeared. Okay, guys. But like I said, please know that even though this is my channel, the only way it is successful like it is because of each and every one of you who comes in here. Hey, I'm still talking though, Hoppanolly. Don't go yet. I will be saying, like I said, every single one of you, you are all very, very welcome to have an opinion, no matter how big or how small. No, Penny and she respected respected William's family. Very important in my book, yes. But like I said, whether you think your opinion is valid or not, it's welcome here. Yeah. You too, Elizabeth Jones. Now, Matt, you've got to do me a favour. Phil, Muffy, can you do me a favour?
I'm going to come on camera.
Camera, and can you blow her a kiss, please? Because I don't want her to. You don't have
here
to.
we go. Hang on. I'm going to drink.
Because she did get timed out by mistake, and I just want her to know.
And hidden. Yeah, that was a total mistake, I think.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yay! Yeah, there you go, hello. Muffy, just for you, my darling.
Hello, everybody.
The voice behind the mask.
I'm not wearing a mask.
No, when you weren't on camera, it was masking.
Sorry, yeah. All right, I'm just trying to center my camera. Sorry.
That's all right. But
thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Matt.
Thank you, Tammy. Tammy,
yes.
I love your channel.
Oh, thank you. Tell people about it. Share the love.
I have. I've told everybody I know. And
oh, thank you.
When is the next stream, please, Tammy? When's the next stream?
Oh, okay. I'm thinking I might do one tomorrow night, or I might do one over the weekend.
What's the topic next time? Because I'll be here.
Random shit, and that's it.
Okay, random shit. Okay.
Because anytime you see that it's called random chat, I'm worried that YouTube won't support it, so I just call it random chat. But it could be about it could be about anything. So
Well, can you give us
yeah,
a clue? Do you have anything?
it might be just about like people sharing recipes on weight loss.
Oh, we can talk about food. I love cooking.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for your fried rice recipe.
Well, I can send you a video. I mean, I've just learned. I can cook. I learned from a video, and so we can talk about cooking. I love cooking.
Yeah, we'll talk about. There you go. We'll talk about cooking. So if you guys want to join us next time, or if Matt's up for it to come up again, we'll talk about favorite recipes and cooking disasters.
Oh,
It's a true
cooking
crime when you
disasters.
present it. Yeah, because I've got a lot of those. But
And what about a subtopic? So we've got cooking. We've got murder. What about any true crime? Anything you want to discuss in the meantime?
I'll probably talk a little bit about Chris Watts tomorrow night as well, guys. So you don't think it's all in vain.
Because it just give me something to look up. Because give me some homework.
Oh, homework. Okay. I don't know.
Well, because I know you've been wanting to talk about a few different. I'm not pushing you, but I know you've got many topics.
I might actually tomorrow night won't be about cooking. I might actually revisit the Beaumont children.
Ooh.
There was some haggis nachos.
Now, Tammy, that episode with Bart One with you and him was one of my favorites of yours. Okay,
thank you.
When you spoke with Bart One, he was glowing the whole time, and in the chat, Dave, I remember Seeking the Truth that Dave was going, "Oh my God, this combination is amazing." So you need to understand, Tammy, that when you do certain topics, like everybody comes together. Now today we talked about celebrity deaths, and that was really good. And we talked about Elvis, and you need to understand that there's so many people waiting to hear about what you have to say about Diana. Now, if you talk about Beaumont children, you need to get Craig B on the panel. Okay, I think Craig B. No, I'm not. I'm not tipsy. How dare you, Elizabeth? How dare you? I'm drinking a little bit now, but I think you need to get Craig B on the panel.
Yeah, I want to get a few people up here on panel to discuss the Beaumont children. Now, the Beaumont children, I'm thinking, do I do that tomorrow night, or do I do it over the weekend, or do I do more of John Bonet?
Oh my God! I whatever you want to talk about, they're all amazing topics.
All right, how's this sound? I'll do a little bit of Beaumont and a little bit of John Bonet and see how we go. But like I said, we might not even we can have an open discussion and people can just talk about if they've got anything they want to get off their mind. So I'll leave it up to chat when I get the people in. I'll say, what do you want to talk about? And leave it up to chat.
Now, I've read 2 books on John Bonet, and I can honestly say I have no idea what happened. However, I know some of the facts. Some of them. So maybe the next day or two, like as I said, Craig B is the aficionado on the Beaumont children. That's what I understand. But as I said, like when you talked about the Beaumont children last time with Bart One, it was one of your best episodes. So Tammy, just give us a bit of notice, and I'll come up, or I'll watch. Whatever.
Sounds
as
good
I said,
to me.
like, whatever you want to do. It's your channel, so you do whatever you want to do.
All right. Well, I'll see how we go because, like I said, tomorrow night I've got to do a few things during the day and stuff. And every second Wednesday here is always pretty draining for me. And I've got to go see my GP as well. So it might be tomorrow night, it might not be. We'll see how we go. But I will be doing one coming up soon and see if I can, make it make sense. But I'll leave it up for chat. If I just do an open chat, like open discussion tomorrow, everyone can talk about whatever they want. And if they want to pop up on panel, they can. It's no big deal. But we'll see how we go. But on that note, I'm going to wrap things up. And has Matt gone again?
No, I'm here. Oh, I just turned off my camera.
Oh, okay. I was thinking he's gone again.
No,
Oh,
I'm still
Hop
here.
and Holly, hang on. Oh, okay. Hop and Holly is saying, we will find you, Matt. LOL. Stay hot. So there you go. You got another fan who likes you. So there's Muffy, there's me, there's Hop and Holly, there's Sharon Ashman. Who else is in here that thinks Matt's hot? Come on, encourage him. Oh, thank you, TNT. That's really sweet.
Yeah.
Thank you, darling. And you're welcome up here if you want to talk about some of those things we were talking about earlier in the night. You're more than welcome anytime. Do you know much about the Beaumont children? Well, you probably wouldn't because you're not in America, Australia. Do you know much about the John
No,
Bonet case?
I can check. Oh my God, yes I do. Yes I do. I know a lot about the John Bonet case. As I said though, like Craig B is the man. He's the man on the Beaumont children. You know, he knows everything.
Well, I don't have him on. I don't think I have him on Facebook, so I don't know. If anyone can get a hold of Craig B, please ask him to. I know he's on Facebook and YouTube and all that, but I don't know his surname. So if anybody out there know, oh, there you go. You got another one. TNT thinks you're cute too. Everybody, tune in when it's really hot there. He'll come on my panel topless.
No, there's no way I'm going on topless. Please don't. Yeah.
He'll come on topless as long as he's looking like he is right now with no picture.
So
but no, if anyone can, Penny Blake thinks you have a nice smile. If you can think of anyone in chat that can get a hold of Craig B, please ask him to message me on Facebook because I would love to have him up here if I'm going to discuss Beaumont. So
yeah, because he knows he corrected me because I said something about 1976 and he said, "No, Matt, you're wrong." So I think Craig B, he knows a lot about that. But as I said, like when you did your Beaumont children last time, you told everybody to stay tuned. And you know what? You've got 400 and you've got fucking 435 subscribers that are waiting for you. So just whatever you want to do, Tammy. You know, whatever you want.
Well, without being rude, if I've got 435 subscribers, where the fuck are they all?
Well, they're all sleeping. They're sleep, or they're all watching. You know, they're watching PewDiePie, or they're watching something else. You know, they're busy.
Nah, it's all good. So I see, as long as I get more than I used to, then I get 13, roughly 20 per live, so I'm all good with that because then I can still reach out.
If you get 10% of your audience, you're amazing. You know, and I mean, I'm talking like if anyone gets 10% of their audience, you know. So Tammy, don't worry about your channel's doing just fine. Yeah, exactly. Hop and Holly, hang in there, Tammy. You know, hang in there.
Yeah, I will.
Keep doing what you're doing. You know, just do you.
Yes, and like I said, if there is anybody in chat who can get a hold of Craig B, just get him to message me on Facebook. And it's the same with all of you in chat. You know, if you need to get a hold of me, like really, 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 really urgently, just message me on Facebook as well if you've got Facebook. And if you don't, then just send me a message in the comments area with your email details, and I'll send you through an email. Hang on, I'll do something better than that. Hang on a second. This is a better way of doing it, so people
posting your email.
Exactly. That's my email address, guys. So if you need to get a hold of me and you want to talk to me about something or potentially hopping up here on panel with me and going through a live with me, please email me. And did my email go through?
Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
Oh, yes, it did. There it is. Please email me. But if you're going to be able to do that, please put in the subject urgent true crime discussions. So that way I know that it's not junk mail and it's not just a YouTube reminder of something that's coming up. But thanks, Matt. That's really
You're welcome.
sweet.
I love you. Don't worry, I love you. Like I said, as I told you before, the first time I heard your voice was on, I think it wasn't on, it might have been Dave's channel. But I remember hearing you on Zav Girl, and you were as tough as they come, you know. And so ever since that day, because at that time, like Bart One was new, Dave was new to me. I remember thinking, who's this girl from Australia? What does she know? I don't care. And then the next time I remember thinking like, oh my God, Tammy's cool with me, you know? Yeah.
Yes, well, I'm very flattered for that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, thank you, Penny. Oh my God, it's so sweet. Thank you.
Yeah.
But But like I said, I'm going to wrap this up if that's all right.
All right.
I've been saying it for the last 10 minutes, but I will now. All right. Oh, thank you, Elizabeth. That's very kind. But like I said, feel free to email me if there's any time any of you want to join me on panel. And that way, if you like, and the reason I'm saying that, if you do want to pop up on panel with me and you email me about it, the thing as well is that if there is certain things that, say, for example, I'm going to be talking about the John Bonet case again, which I will be. If there are certain triggers that trigger you, please let me know in that email. So that way, when you are on panel with me, I know not to necessarily go near that direction because I don't want to be a trigger. So thank you to everybody who has been in here, and thank you so much, Matt, for coming up here and joining me on panel.
You're welcome.
We much appreciate it.
Yeah.
And until next time, guys, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
And good night. Yes. Thank you, Tammy.
Bye. That's right, Matt. Bye, guys.